And we are live. What is up, everyone? Welcome on in. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone's doing well. And yeah, nothing much to say. More Ace Attorney investigations 2 tonight. We are in the final case, and it's probably gonna be really long. As I've said last night, we are still in the beginning part. We haven't even started the middle part, so I don't know how long this will be. Alright. So just as a recap, last night we ended with a cliffhanger. We apparently are at Excelsius Winner's house, and there is a noise that we are going to investigate. So I wonder what it is. Let's go. That's... Oh my god. Holy crap. Why is Eustace like kidnapped in his father's house? Yo, Covert, what's up? Welcome on in. How are you doing? Happy Tuesday. You missed the cliffhanger. Well, this is the reveal, but yeah. Apparently, Eustace is kidnapped in his own father's house, so plot twist. What? What's he doing here? Wait, this is Chairman Winner's house, right? Which means... Yes, it's Mr. Winner's home too, presumably. So how did he wind up like this? Doing well. Got a letter from the ATO. Oh, is it tax season there right now? Yeah, good to see you too. Overage. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Yikes. Well, I don't know how taxation there works, and I really should learn how that works soon. But yeah, talk to your accountant. Alright. Okay, anti-MK, quickly. Little expert rubric, huh? Leave it to me. Alright, like this, and through here, and you're free. Or you could have used a knife or something, right? Are you okay, Eustace? God, why is the goofy music playing? He looks like he's been through hell. How did you come to be tied up down there? I don't know. You found me. Why don't you tell me? Okay, I think he was drugged, probably, then kidnapped then. Probably shacked himself a few. Okay, come to think of it. No, wait. This wasn't the... No, this was the next day, right? This was the next day from when he ran away from the committee hearing. So, yeah, I don't know about this restroom situation. Anyway. Because you don't know, which is why we're asking. Yes, this is the next day. Not sure you're going to be able to get much out of him like this. No, in which case, there's only one thing for it. Wait, you mean... I hate to beat a man while he's down, but it might be the only way. Are you sure? Look, don't go too hard on him, okay? You might push him over the edge. Understood. I'll tread carefully, I promise. Though I can't promise I'll be very good at it. I've never held back against my opponents before, after all. Mind chess? Probably. Okay, it is mind chess. If it's like this, it's mind chess. Yep. Okay. We all know what we need to do here. Last time we saw him, he was running out of the courtroom. How did he wind up here? You don't understand. You don't know what it's like being me. You're spoiled. Anyway. Oh my god, 5 pieces. He's been through a lot. It's going to be hard to know what might cause him to lose control. In which case, I may just have to quietly listen to what he has to say. Why me? Why am I always the last one to know? The butt of every joke. Wow, that's a near breakdown scene. He clearly has questions. I'll have to do my best to try and answer them. But he's also clearly in no fit state for this. I'll need to try and finish this quickly. I should figure out what he needs to hear and try to calm him down. Mind chess commence. Just take a deep breath and tell me what's on your mind, Eustace. I wanted to know what would have happened if you're an utter failure for a human being. Sorry. I want to know what happens. That should have been my first choice. That's what Franny would say. Let's play Mind Chess as Franny. Okay. We need to resave here, just in case. Mind chess commence. You're a total failure for a human being. I've noticed something over the short time we've known one another, Eustace. You're utterly worthless. Don't you think you should just start over? Try to learn to be a decent human being from scratch? You... Calm down, I'm not done yet. I don't care. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to hear what anybody has to say. Pushed him too far. We had an achievement for that. And that was everything. Why don't you just leave me alone? You think I'm going to trust you? I don't trust anybody anymore. Worth it. No, that's not defeat. Can't give up just yet. I have to keep after him. Alright, once more into the breach. I honestly want to do it again. Tell me what's on your mind. Just take a deep breath and tell me what's on your mind, Eustace. No, I will not. Even if I did, it's not like you'd listen to me. What is this? Why aren't you shouting objection? You always shout objection. I won't let up. You realize that, don't you? You're my... Damn it. Okay, I thought that was gonna be everything. Alright. He cries either way, so it's impossible to tell. I'll just have to ignore his tears and concentrate on what he says. Tell me what's on your mind. Bide my time.
Objection!
What? You're really going to listen to me? Learning the truth about your father can't have been easy. I can only sympathize. That wasn't the hard part. The hard part was losing everything I had in a single morning. No, wait, that was the same thing. It was the same day. Everything I thought I worked for, it was all a lie. Dad just made it happen. Emotional damage. Oh my... thank you for that, Corin. I'll check that out later. So tell me, Edgeworth, what am I supposed to believe in now? You can lose faith in everything but yourself. That you have to believe in. But you don't have to do it alone. Experience I can't give you, but knowledge that I'm happy to offer. I had some time to think while I was tied up like that, and I realized something. I'm not cut out to be a prosecutor. I'm incompetent. I don't even know the right word. I think you mean incompetent. Ah, shoot. Why are you ignoring me? Is this some game of yours? Or oh my god, no. Shoot. Okay. Yo, Dash, what's up? Welcome on in. Thank you for being a fan. Really do appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, Dash. I hope you're doing okay. But good to see you here. Bide my time.
Objection!
You're doing okay. Yeah, dude, just like what I said, don't think about it too much. And yeah, like what Bijou said, it's not, and Rish said, it's not, if it's not worth your zen, don't think about it. Anyway. Alright, still bide my time here. Okay, there. I'm incompetent. I don't even know the right word. I think you mean incompetent. Oh, yes. Oh my god, that was it. I thought that was like a wrong choice. I think the word you're looking for is incompetent. But judging one's own competence is notoriously difficult, so I need you to trust me on something. You're getting better at this, Eustace, day by day. Inch by inch, I swear it.
NILL backseats with. If you want to encourage Piesco, the great detective, to discipline this brat, please donate to this fund, Eustace the Brat Fund. You can find this fund at GoFundMe page. There, please subscribe, comment, like, and donate.
Yeah, thank you for the backseat, NILL, but sorry to like disappoint people. I don't think that page exists. Anyway, how are you doing, NILL? Good to see you. Now, I need to ask you something. Will you help me out? Sure, what do you want to know? Well, first of all, thank you for calming down. Next, I want you to tell me about your kidnapping. You're doing good, nice. Hope you're having an awesome morning. I need you to be as detailed as possible, Eustace. Tell me everything you remember seeing and hearing. Do you have any idea who your kidnappers might have been? No, of course I don't. If I did, I'd have told you already. I'll need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. I should try another tack for now. Do you have any idea why somebody might have wanted to kidnap you? What do you mean? Why does anybody kidnap anybody? For a ransom, right? I'll need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. He was kidnapped by his own father? Yes, because he's in his house. Or in his father's house. Should try another tap for now. Why would somebody kidnap you only to take you back to your own home? Don't you think I want to know that too? I'm the victim here. What are you asking me for? How am I supposed to know? Ah, shoot. They locked me up in that box, then locked me up in here. I was scared. So scared. And did you happen to overhear anything your kidnappers might have said? I think one said, if you want to blame somebody, blame the guy who owns this house. The owner of this house? That's your father, isn't it? It is? I guess it is, huh? Oh, I get it. The kidnappers were people who hated my dad. That's not it, at least not based on what else you know of the situation. But there was some kind of link between the kidnappers and Wenner Sr. That could be a clue. Do you have any idea why somebody might have wanted to kidnap you? What do you mean? Okay, so that's not it. Who were you kidnapped by? Time to deploy my clue. Your father was behind your kidnapping. Your captor wanted you easily at hand and where you could be more convenient than one. And where it could be more convenient than one's own home. I hate to break it to you, Eustace, but the kidnapping was ordered by your father. What? You don't think he wanted me out of the way? That he was going to kill me? Of course not. What good would that have done him? His own son dead in the family garage? He would instantly have become the prime suspect. You're right. Okay, so why did he have me kidnapped? Well, it wouldn't have been for a ransom, not his own son. That wouldn't make sense. So his motive for the kidnapping must have been something else. This could be an important clue. Do you have any idea why somebody might have wanted to kidnap you? What do you mean? Why would somebody kidnap their own child if they were planning on demanding a ransom? Yeah, that is kind of weird. Did anything odd happen during the kidnapping? No, I just answered their stupid question and then they grabbed me. Their question? What did they ask you? And ILL, thank you for being a fan. I do appreciate it. Eek, stop glaring at me like that. What was it again? Oh yeah, they asked me if I knew Gavel. Of course, things are starting to fall into place now. Your father, his goal wasn't to kidnap you. He was out to kidnap Judge Gavel's son, Sean Fenn. Because he wanted to force her honor into declaring Warden Lagarde not guilty. Wait, Gavel has a son? And it was also Lagarde would be found not guilty. Yeah, the think music. I think you were mistaken for Sean and that's why you were kidnapped. How would they mistake him for Sean? He's a grown-ass man. What? You mean I went through all that by mistake? Wait, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, that would explain the part where... Where what? Have you remembered something? No, it's nothing. I'm nothing. I'm useless. Meaningless. Just go. Just leave me alone. This isn't good. I think I've pushed him as far as he can reasonably be pushed. I have to calm him down and get him to tell me what it is he just remembered. Judging by his fragile demeanor, I'd say he's still suffering considerably. I need to help him get back on his feet. You remembered something just now. What was it? I didn't remember anything. All I remember is him. Like him from Powerpuff Girls? This is useless. How meaningful. Him? You mean your father? No, I didn't mean to bring him up. I'm nothing compared to him. I'd never made prosecutor if he didn't help me. I've been wanting to ask you about that. For some time. Why did you become a prosecutor? What do you mean? You think it too, don't you? That I wasn't meant to be one. That I'm not good enough. Say something, will you? My name is Mojo Jojo. You chose this path. Why? You must have a reason. It's not like that. There's no big reason behind it all. The reason is stupid and dumb and not important. Like I said, it's stupid. It probably doesn't mean much to anybody except me. I've often felt much the same about my own reasons for becoming a prosecutor. Really? You have? But you're a real one, a good one, a success. Even my dad, the chairman of the committee, said so. You wanted your father's approval. I can well understand that. You can? I thought if I became the best prosecutor out there, he'd finally accept me for who I am. I just wanted to not be useless. You're not. Covering for your father in any way, are you? Well, no, I won't cover for him ever again. I mean, why would I after what he's done? You have a strong desire to be of use to him, so he'll approve of you. Is that fair to say? Oh my god, this is long. I mean, why can't I be just once in my stupid life? Why can't I make it better? Why can't I clean his name? It isn't possible to clean a name, Eustace, but you can clear one. Huh? I never knew that. In your father's case, though, it's going to be hard. His crimes continue as your kidnapping shows. Knowing that, do you still think you can help him? But what else do I have? What else am I supposed to do? Why don't you be the better man and rise above the father who made a fool of you? Stare him straight in the eyes and stop him from committing any more crimes. Hey, you're right. I'll prove him wrong about me. I'll prove him wrong about everything. I do feel him sorrow for him. He was being by his own father. What do you mean being? He was being used. That seems to have calmed him down again. Now I just need to get him to tell me what happened to the evidence. Alright, yeah. Well, typical plot twist of an Ace Attorney game. Come on, let's see if I can't give him the courage he'll need to stand up to his father. Key pieces of evidence from the Lagarde trial failed to make it to the courtroom. As the prosecutor in charge, they were your responsibility. Did you misplace them somehow? No, that's not what happened. You haven't heard my side of the story. I thought I was putting them in the safest place there was. But, oh, what did I do? What did I do? I'll need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. I should try another attack for now. Alright, I need you to tell me more about what your father is up to. If you continue to cover for him, you can only be considered an accomplice in his crimes. What? Come on, Edgeworth, that's a little harsh. I said I'd talk, didn't I? Why are you threatening me? What? You're just a big bully. I hate you. Okay, that's the wrong selection. That's a big penalty. He's extremely sensitive right now. I can't afford to be careless with my choice of words. What connects Lagarde and your father? What's the connection between your father and Warden Lagarde? Sorry, I don't know much about that. You can't think of anything? Even the smallest morsel could be a valuable clue. Oh, I think they may be worked together once, and what is it? What else have you remembered? I think she got the job at the prison because my dad recommended her. Interesting. And did he have any particular reason to recommend her? I guess he thought she was good at her job, unlike me. I think they knew each other from back when he was the chief prosecutor. What was he like back then? Was he different at all? Oh, he was amazing. There wasn't a piece of evidence he didn't know or a case file he hadn't read. An intimate knowledge of cases and the evidence pertaining to them. That could be an important clue. Key pieces of evidence from the Lagarde trial failed to make it to the courtroom. Yada yada yada. He's drowning in his own self-doubt again. Guess I'd better send out a lifeboat and bring him in. I think I know what you thought would be the safest place possible. With your father, isn't that correct? What? He told me it would all be safe with him. He said there was nowhere safer. Well, I'm afraid he betrayed your trust, and in the ugliest way possible. So he got rid of it? Why, Dad? What were you thinking? Your father wanted to obscure the truth in order to ensure that Warden Lagarde was declared innocent. There's no easy way to say this, Eustace. He used you. What? There's a chance that the evidence is still in Chairman Winner's possession. And we still don't know where Sean is. We need to get back out there and find him. It's all my fault. What do I do now? I can't stand by and watch him like this. He's had a brutal collision with a reality he never knew existed. I should ask him what he means to do now. Perhaps I can even help him figure that out. There's no way around it. The road ahead will be a hard one. But maybe this is fate, and maybe my job is to point him in the right direction. Do you mean to be like your father? To continue to ignore the truth? Come on, give me a break, will ya? Can't a guy get a glass of human kindness when he needs one? Are you talking about the milk of human kindness? I'm afraid that's not quite how the phrase is used. Huh? It's not? Listen, talking with you like this, it's helpful for me too. There was a time where there were truths I didn't want to face up to either. But a good friend taught me the error of my ways. That's nice, but I don't have anybody like that. If you could muster the courage to try to find your feet again, I'd be very happy to help. You would? But only if you really mean to try. I don't want to be like my dad. You want to be better than him, don't you? Yes, Eustace, I see it now. Do you mean to continue working as a prosecutor, Eustace? I don't even want to think about that yet. After all, I only ever became one because of my dad. I probably shouldn't even think about carrying on, should I? The only person who can answer that question is you. Yeah. Only you can decide what path you choose to walk. Then, I don't want to stop being a prosecutor. If I give up now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I just know it. So he intends to see this through. I'll bear that in mind. He's told me that he wishes to be a better than his father and that he wishes to remain a prosecutor. I take that to mean that he wants to be a different kind of prosecutor than his father. That's the first important decision he's ever made for himself, and it tells us where he means to go next. So, what now, Eustace? Well, first I'm going to give this stupid jacket back. I won't deserve to wear it. My dad always said that clothes make you a man, but I'm no man. It's clothes make the man, Eustace. It is? Thanks, Edgeworth. I'm learning a lot from you today. That's good to hear. Now about that jacket. Why don't we make you into a prosecutor worthy of it? Alright, let's do it. Let's make it so nobody ever makes fun of me again. Suit me very nicely. But how? How do I get there? Tell me, what do I need to do? I just don't know. I just don't know. If only he'd remember his own words from a few minutes ago. The decision he made should serve as a good guide as to what he should do next. You want to remain a prosecutor but walk a different path from your father, correct? It won't be easy, but the path you have chosen is that of the true prosecutor. And now that you have chosen it, when the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do. You're lucky. I myself still haven't quite decided what to do with my life. But you have, and it's a choice you made all on your own. Now all you have to do is believe in yourself and in the path you've chosen. Wah! Motivational speaker Edgeworth. Mistaken for Sean and kidnapped by his own father's underlings, and losing his belief in himself as a prosecutor after his father stole his evidence. He's been through so much in the span of a single day, more than I can imagine. Well, it took a little longer than I thought it would, but that's checkmate. Mind chess, checkmate. Oh, reminiscence music. No! Wow, I don't think I've ever seen him move so fast. He's particularly speedy when it comes to running away from things, it seems. Oh, you're back here. Wow, alright. April 6th, 1:15 p.m. Big building, plaza. Gah, we don't have much time left. I think we'd better check in with Fender. He'll want an update on what we've discovered. And we need to know what's going on over at the courthouse. But Eustace ran off, right? Isn't he supposed to be the prosecutor in charge? We're just updating Fender. Nothing else will change. Francisco will continue for the prosecution. Okay. Is that really alright, though? It's going to have to be. Like you say, Eustace ran off. Look, I hate to be a stickler for the details, but let's go over this just one more time, shall we? No murder weapon means no conclusive proof, means no conviction. That's all there is to it.
Objection!
That makes no sense. The lack of a murder weapon doesn't prove your client's innocence. Don't make me come over there and whip it into you. You know you want to, Franny. Eek! Eddie, darling, how much longer is this going to take? It's almost as if you're trying to drag this out for as long as possible. Sorry, Fiefs. It's our friend the prosecutor over there. She's stubborn as a freaking mule. Then give me a satisfactory explanation. Or I'll just have to keep whipping you until you can. Seriously, I've taken more licks than I've had birthdays. Are these two still dragging it out? Seems like it, yes. Come on, Miles, what's taking so long? Oh, shoot, what was that case? Bridge to the Turnabout. Remember the first part of the trial wherein it's Miles versus Francisca. Oh god, that was so good. That's why Bridge to the Turnabout is my favorite case so far from the Ace Attorney series. And come on, it's Bridge to the Turnabout. It's like completing the arc of the first 3 games. Happy to buy you some time and all, but I'm taking a beating here. Oops, sorry G, this one's important. Mind if I take it? Fine. You should be sued for contempt. Fender. Miles Areno boy, am I ever glad to hear your voice? How are things on your end? We found Eustace. Sweet! And the knife and the chisel? Unfortunately, he entrusted both to his father's care. Which means that the Chairman Winner is the only person who knows where they are. Chairman Winner? But why would he? We're not quite sure of the specifics just yet, but we do know that Chairman Winner and Warden Lagarde have some sort of connection they'd rather others didn't know about. Gotcha. Alright, guess the next move will be to get Excelsius Winner on the stand. Best to hear the deets from the proverbial horse's mouth, right? I'll keep looking for the missing evidence. And for Sean. Well, shake a leg, will you, big guy? Can't keep this one from going to the judges much longer. We're a gnat's whisker from a verdict here. Understood. I wonder how long Judge Gavel's nerve can hold. This can't be easy for her. We need to hurry. How are things over at the courtroom of doom? They're going to call Chairman Winner to the stand. Who knows how that will go for them. Yeah, he's already stooped to evidence stealing and kidnapping. What else is he capable of? Exactly. Perhaps we should look over any evidence we might have relating to him just in case it might help. Okay, it's the mechanic's gloves. So. Good idea. Alright, leave it to me. Presenting a hot new piece of evidence fresh from the evidence oven. The gloves we found in his garage? Yes, I was thinking about those. Anything else? What about the case file from the IS-7 incident? Chairman Winner was involved in that, right? Wait, do we have that already? I don't think we have that. Yes, he helped suppress the evidence. It's probably a good idea to have the notes on hand. We still have this. Interesting. Excellent. And do we have anything else? We sure do. Last but far from least, there's this. Yuria Tagarasupin? Okay. I asked for evidence related to Chairman Winner. Can you please try and take this seriously? It's just the guy who spends his life presenting people with evidence that has nothing to do with anything. That's different. Wait, that's Eustace? Huh? Hey, what are you doing here? Wow. Rude. He totally ignored me. What was he doing in the big building, I wonder? Let's go inside and see if we can figure it out what he was up to. Yes, good idea. Huh? The hatch is wide open. Maybe Eustace opened it. Did Eustace really come down here? Mr. Edgeworth, look! The safe, it's open. I guess maybe he did come down here. We'd better take a closer look. Doesn't take a genius to spot that there's something missing here. Indeed. I hope the events of 2 nights ago aren't weighing on you too heavily, Kay. All we need is a Ferris wheel and a rifle range, and we've got ourselves a fairground. Oh, that's what you were talking about. Seems I needn't have worried at all. Okay, it seems that the case is open. There's some stuff left in the safe. I think we'd better take a look, don't you? The owner will just have to forgive our prying. Is it a document of some kind? Let's see. Yeah, a document. And there's a photo attached too. This picture, it's of... Oh, that's Mr. Knight, right? The name's Bronco Knight. I'm the president's personal bodyguard. Why is there a picture of him in here? And what's this paperwork about? I'm not sure. Let's take a closer look. You were right, darling. There's some sort of connection between Knight and Canis. As you know, we've been trying to find out who Canis plays his silly correspondence chess games with. Well, now we know. I'll be pulling Knight into my office for a thorough grilling tomorrow. And I'll make that worm admit he's Canis' lackey if it's the last thing I do. So you do your bit too and retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago. 12 years ago. I'm sure it's still right in front of the planter where we left it. It seems to be some sort of report on Knight. Yeah, and it must be from right around the time he was killed. We know that Knight was killed while being interrogated in the prison warden's office. I think we can safely assume that this document was written by Fifi Lagarde, don't we? I'd say so. But who was it written for? Oh, I guess whoever owns the safe? And I'd say that's likely to be the auctioneer, Excelsius Winner himself. Proof that they really did know each other. Indeed, and not only that, it proves another connection. Huh? Lagarde and Winner were trying to flush out Mr. Canis' henchmen. Oh, you mean Buddy Dharma Canis, right? The assassin guy with a soft spot for dogs? Yes, something links the three of them. Something they don't want anybody to know. But what? I don't know yet, but I suspect it has something to do with this case. Okay, report on Knight. Wait, there's something else in here we've seen before. There's something on his finger. Let's take a closer look. It's a ring, and an expensive looking one at that. You don't even think about it, Kay. What? I didn't say anything. Well, Mr. Knight. Your chess set and your ring are here too. All your possessions in one place. So basically the safe was full of evidence from the murder at the prison? Whoa, that looks sinister. It does. Which means the missing knife and chisel might be here too. Knife, chisel. No dice. There's nothing else here apart from Mr. Knight's stuff. Really, curses. Knight may be dead. Chris, Edgeworth, our game isn't over yet. But he left unfinished business behind him. I think we need to find out what it was. Knight's possession. Oh wait, holy crap. Wait. It's the freaking... That's the PH ring. That's the Paul Halik ring. Oh my god, does this have a connection with the cake case? Can I connect anything? Okay, no. Could I interest you two in some cotton candy, perhaps? Shelly the Killer! I have ice cream too, but if I recall correctly, you weren't much of a fan. You. The Killer. It's wonderful to see you looking so well, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you doing here? It's just as I said, I am selling cotton candy. Can I really not interest you in some? Parting Clouds, it's called. Very apt. Sweeter than death itself and so delicious, you'll feel you're parting the clouds en route to heaven. He's the last person on earth I'd accept candy from. I was hoping to ask you about my little message. Did you manage to figure it out yet? Congratulations on another case solved, yet I can't truly say it's been fully resolved, can you? Have you been watching us this whole time? Watching you? No. I prefer to think I've been watching over you. The stand here really is the most marvelous little vantage point. How are the two things any different, and what does he want with us? The President's murder. Was that you? Oh no. My contract elapsed a little while ago. He was rather famous among us assassins, you know? The man no one could kill, notoriously stubborn, despite multiple attempts over the years. And it wasn't just his brawn that kept him safe. He used bodyguards, body doubles, you name it. It certainly wasn't his brawn that kept him safe. Sadly, this time his bodyguards were nowhere to be found. And after Mr. Rook died to save him too. As I said, it wasn't me. I do not kill without good reason. Which is something else I have to be grateful to Mr. Rook for. Thanks to him, I avoided killing someone entirely unworthy of my attention. Thanks to? What does that mean? The person who hired me deliberately misled me as to the identity of my target. A betrayal of trust for which I won't soon forgive them. That is why I'm currently doing all I can to track them down. And do you know what I think? I think you and I are looking for the same person. Is he talking about whoever it was that killed the president? And who is this person, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, come now, I can't tell you that. It's against the rules. And of course, we need to stretch this case out, right? Right? Revealing the identity of a client is out of the question. I'd hardly stay in business long if people couldn't trust me, and now, would I? But that doesn't mean there's anything to stop me from catching up with them in my free time. And what are you going to do when you find them? Why, dish out a little justice for the betrayal I suffered, of course. What? What are you saying? What's going to happen to them? Come on, we need Ace Attorney 7. Yes! We need Ace Attorney 7. Are you listening, Capcom? I think you can imagine. Well, this hasn't been exactly a pleasant catch-up. Ah, but I shouldn't leave you completely in the dark. There's something you ought to know. Our mutual friend Bodhidharma Canis, he escaped 3 days ago. What? Three nights ago too, to be precise, his cell was suddenly simply empty. Almost as if he knew I was coming to pay him a visit. Wait, the killer went to visit Canis in prison? Does that mean he's the person the killer is looking for? Now, I'd better not take up any more of your time. We'll be seeing one another again soon, I'm sure. Toodles! Let's both keep up the good work, shall we? We'll run our target to ground in the end. First the killer, now Canis, two assassins on the loose. Huh? That sound? Mr. Edgeworth, it's Judge Gavel's cell phone. Could it be Sean? How's it going, Miles? Whoever it is using a voice changer. Who is this? It's your friend in the red raincoat, of course. Red raincoat? You're the one who abducted Kay. Bingo. Well figured out, Mr. Genius Prosecutor. I can't hear, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. Where's the speakerphone button? I was as surprised as anybody when she lost her memory like that. Talk about the curveball. Wrong phone. Looks like they forgot to use a different phone for that one. No, I think it's... No, that was Gavel's cell phone. If you weren't here, Coburn, yesterday, Gavel gave Edgeworth her cell phone so that they could track if in case Sean Fenn's kidnappers try to contact. The map sprite. Ah, okay. Alright. Hey, I'm standing right here, you know. But never mind all that. I called to talk about something else. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winner kill Little Miss Rosie Ringer. What? This must be the person the killer was talking about. I also called to say thank you. I neither want or need your thanks. Sure, but you deserve them anyway. Guess the petty didn't drop yet, huh? You're right, I abducted Kay as you put it, but why would I do that, That's right, because I needed you to help me make sure that Winner got caught. No. If Kay was a suspect, you'd have to look into it. And if you looked into it, you'd be sure to unmask him eventually. After all, you're a genius, right? Everything worked out exactly like I planned. Oh, but there's something else you should know. Something you didn't figure out yet. It wasn't Winner who kidnapped Judge Gavel's boy. You. How do you know about that? You and the good judge are more similar than you know. I think you might even be becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Seems pretty poly to me. How could they possibly know about that? She didn't even use her real name when she visited. She pretended to be Detective Gumshoe. Anyway, you want to know how I knew about the kidnapping? That one's nice and simple, at least. Because sweet, innocent little Sean is here with me right now. What? No! Ooh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. If only I could see your faces. Well, Kay, what do you say? Why don't you come and steal him back just like you said you would? You wouldn't want the amazing Yatagarasu's first commission to be a failure, would you? They even know about that? How can they possibly know so much? Oh, don't get the wrong idea about dear old Excelsius, by the way. Papa Winner's still a villain through and through. He wanted to kidnap Sean, I just got there first. So there were two kidnapping plots. Whew, what a bunch of clowns. His goons kidnapped his own son by mistake. Is Sean really there with you? Prove it. Put him on the phone. Oh, he's here, but I'm afraid I can't do that. He's sleeping. So sweet. Okay, they drugged him. Then why should we believe you? You might not be the kidnapper at all. Look, if you don't want to believe me, that's up to you. What do you want? What's the endgame here? Are you just trying to get Lagarde acquitted? Nope. I could care less about whether they find her guilty or not. So whoever it is, they're not after the same thing as Chairman Winner. My endgame is going to have to stay a secret for now. Alright, nice talking to you. You kids have fun, okay? Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you to at least trying to track me down. That will be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice very highly. Bang! Who was that? I wish I knew, but they didn't give us enough to figure that out. Deliberately, I imagine. What? So we really have nothing to go on? That's not fair. They sure knew a whole lot about us. Indeed they did. You're right. It was uncanny how much they seemed to know. How is it possible that they were party to so much that happened in private? Right? They knew everything about the whole kidnapping situation too. We need to figure out how. Where were they getting their information from? Let's consider this carefully. What were the things they knew? You and the good judge are more similar than you know. I think you might even be becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Seems pretty poly to me. You wouldn't want the amazing Yatagarasu's first commission to be a failure, would you? They even know about that? Ooh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. Only I could see your faces. That's it. Based on the specifics they mentioned, there's only one possible answer. I've got it, Kay. I know how they knew. Huh? Really? Whoever it was, they were following us, filming us, listening on us. They must have been able to hear us somehow. It's the only possible answer. What? Like they were eavesdropping on us? Think about what the kidnapper said. Ooh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. If only I could see your faces. Okay, so yep, it was listening. Because if they were filming or following them, they could see them. If only I could see your face. That means they couldn't. So they weren't filming or following us. Yep. Okay, so what? They hid a bug somewhere? Let me take a look at the stuff in my bag. Where could they have concealed it? We need to go back to what they said again. Yes, they somehow knew about something they shouldn't have. Judge Gavel's impromptu visit and our conversation in the visitor's room. Please, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a seat. What evidence did I have on my person at that point? It was this. This was the only thing he had. They stripped him off everything except the spin.
Take that!
Okay, can I take a closer look at your badge? The Yatagarasu pin? No, it's mine. What? Seriously, Mr. Edgeworth, sure, you're a great thief's assistant now, but that doesn't mean you get to wear the pin right away. You have to earn it. I don't want to wear it. I want to check it for bugs. Huh? This old thing? Let's take a look, shall we? There's something I've been wondering for a while now, but has this been something you inherited or... Nope, there wasn't one, so I made it myself. I suppose that makes sense. It's quite flashy. I can't imagine any other thief wanting to wear it. What? You don't have to be so mean, you know. Huh? Whoa! So I was right. So how did you know? Whoever it is we're dealing with, they came into close contact with you recently. When they knocked me unconscious, you mean? Precisely. Which made me think the bug must be in one of your possessions. But they also overheard my conversation with Gavel when she visited me. Something that would have been impossible if I didn't have the bug on my person at the time. I get it. So you thought back over what they let you keep hold of when they locked you up. Yes, all the case evidence I was carrying had been confiscated. Meaning the only thing it could possibly have been was your pin. So they were listening to us this whole time, and they heard everything we said? I suspect so. Everything to do with this case and more. Wait, they're probably listening to what we're saying right now. They may well be, yes. Hey, jerkface! Okay. Eavesdropping coward, why don't you come out and show yourself? Huh? What does that sound? Ow, 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 ow. Ouch, dang it. Oh my god, was Stabby like the kidnapper? Okay, as we're gonna start in 30 seconds, so, yep. I will take a quick break. And, wait, did you snooze again? No. No, don't snooze, alright. I'll take a quick break. I will BRB, so enjoy the clips. That's so fun! I didn't need to like... I could have ducked there. I could have ducked there. Right? Okay, am I supposed to be here? What the hell? Oh my god, holy crap. Aura, holy shit. Thank you for the raid, what the hell? Aura, thank you for the raid, holy crap. What is up, everyone? From Aura Stream, holy crap, there are a lot of people. In there, jeez. Was that the one shot? I'm sorry this happened during the ad break. Hi, boom boom. Done that. P. Now what? In before checkpoint was behind this thwomp. Called it. And we back. Alright, we continue this. So, is Tabby Lloyd like the one listening in? Because that is really weird. Anyway, ow 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 ow, ouch, dang it. Huh? Oh look, it's Tabby. Y'all sure know how to surprise a girl. You gotta shout out that loud without a word of warning. Made me jump halfway out of my skin. Sorry. What's got you so horny anyhow? Get a load of this, seriously, it will make your blood boil. It will, huh? I'm all ears. I wonder if we might be better off keeping it to ourselves, Kay. Assuming we don't want to be all over the front page of tomorrow's paper, that is. Oh, thanks. Nearly walked right into that. Ah, come on. Y'all are no fun. I was counting on you opening up and spilling the beans all over this here plaza. I better switch off the bug before I forget. Oh, alright. So, did y'all find that they're kidnapped, Kitty? Speaking of which, the child you saw being taken away? Was it the boy in this photograph? Huh? No, that ain't him. The kid I saw looked dumber than mud, even if he did have some fancy school uniform. No prizes for guessing who she means. So Miss Lloyd managed to confuse matters once again. I think we'd better take another look around. Back to square one. Hopefully we'll turn up some new information soon. There are only 20 minutes left until 2. Are we going to make it in time? Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, I just had a thought. It's about that phone call. There was a weird noise in the background, right? There was? Not that irate, your chances of bringing me to justice particularly high. Bang. Wait, she's right. We heard a loud bang at the right at the end. Could that provide a hint as to the kidnapper's location? Haha, loud bang you say? I see. Gah, will you stop eavesdropping? Boy, you never get any cuddlier, do you, Ruffles? I guess I'll need to speak with Miss Lloyd too, much as I don't want to. Begin investigation. Oh, it's Gummy! Stop, Gummy. Why are you running away from us? Detective Gumshoe. When you gave up your badge, sir, I didn't know what to do with myself. You stay right where you are, Detective. So I thought, if you weren't gonna be a prosecutor anymore, then maybe I shouldn't be a detective either. But I was wrong. Even if you're not around, I'll always be a detective. My job will always be to investigate crimes. And us detectives don't just investigate when prosecutors ask us to. We have to be able to look into stuff ourselves too. Is that you were doing just now? And back then too. You should thank your former subordinate for what I'm about to share. In his desperation to help Kay Faraday, he gave me a valuable piece of information. Detective Gumshoe did that? So Rosie Ringer's autopsy report. When I went down to the detention center to see how Kay was doing, When you get to my level, you don't uncover the truth, you make it little by little. Kay Faraday, murderer. That's the truth. The truth I created. Yes, my boy. That's what I like to see. You overheard that? Yeah, so I went back and looked over the evidence. Dug out a little something I thought might help. No way, Gummy. You're the best. I'd be in prison right now if it wasn't for you. My pleasure, kid. Good to see you got your memory back, by the way. Thanks. So anyway, like I said, I'm investigating stuff for myself these days. And that's that. Wait, Gummy, don't run off again. We get it. You can look into stuff for yourself now. That's great. And it helped me, right when I needed it most. But right now, we need you to work with us. I'm no longer a prosecutor or in need in anything. But we're investigating a case regardless. And I ask you this not as a prosecutor, but as a friend. Detective Gumshoe, will you help us? Stop it, sir. You're killing me here. Come on, Gummy. Alright. Yes. I'll do it. Just stop bowing and being nice to me, okay? It's weird. Gummy! Thank you, detective. So, what do you need? Can you tell us what you've discovered in the course of your investigations, detective? Yes, sir, sure I can, alright? So I got 3 big things to tell you. Here goes. Number 1, I've got some results for you from when forensics looks at police clothes. They found traces of what looked to be a powerful sedative. Brand was 3Zs. 3Zs. I guess that's what she was drugged with at Gourd Lake. Before she was taken to the roof of the big building. Sure seems that way. Now for number 2. I got hold of all the footage from that security camera in front of the big building elevator. The camera that captured President Wang and Judge Cavell that night. The elevator is usually the only way of getting up onto the roof, correct? And therefore, anyone using it should have been caught on camera. That's right. So winding the tape back to 2 nights ago, we should have been able to see Kay being carried up there while she was out cold. And? Did you spot me, Gummy? I watched it all in fast forward. Everything from 2 days till the end. Yes, and? Nothing. No sign of Kay anywhere. I thought it was too good to be true. So how did the kidnapper get her up there? It was probably through the secret floor. I think we'll need to look into that in a little more detail. And the last item on your list? Yes, sir, this is the big one. The third thing I have to tell you is... It's great to be working with you again. I'll help you catch this perp if it's the last thing I do. And that about wraps it up. I've put you through a lot, detective, but that doesn't mean I can start going easy on you. That's the big one, as you put it. It doesn't even have anything to do with the case. I would have preferred something of practical use. Oof. No mercy, huh? Guess I shouldn't have expected any less. Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. A boy has been kidnapped. We need your help to find him. Kidnapped? Yes, his name is Sean Fenn. Oh wait, the kid with the horns? You know him? I saw him earlier today. You mean this morning? Yeah, he got off that bus over there and then he walked off toward the garbage disposal area. Where's that? Just over there. It's where all the offices in the big building put their trash before it gets taken away. Where he went after that, I couldn't tell you. I had to leave right around then. I think we'd better take a closer look at this garbage disposal area. How are things looking here, officer? All good? Yes, sir. Very good indeed. I haven't just been keeping my eyes and ears peeled, but my nose, tongue, and fingers too. It's a whole new kind of guard duty, and I must say, I'm really relishing the challenge it presents. All senses. Nice. No offense, but would you mind concentrating on more traditional methods? Well, if it ain't my 2 newest pals. More trouble? Hop in. Thank you, but we don't need to go anywhere right now. Ah, you don't gotta say nothing, buddy. I can see it written all over your face. You gotta go make a fresh start, am I right? New town, new house, new everything. Cops in your tail, wise guys even? Don't matter. Just rip it all up and start again. Come on, hop in. Your new life starts right here. Just be sure to tip generously now. I'm starting to wonder why we weren't more suspicious of him the first time. Mr. Powers, can I ask you a somewhat impertinent question? Sure. What is it? Are they planning on making any more Steel Samurai? Sorry. Does this have something to do with your case? No, I was simply asking out of interest. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but they don't let us talk about this stuff with just anybody. NDA. I'm sorry to have put you on the spot. I knew it was a long shot. Well, but he didn't say they weren't planning on making anything new. Interesting. There's an area of filming equipment here. It's practically screaming, "Steal me," just sitting there on the ground like that. Okay, I know. I was just seeing how it felt to say it. If I stole Global Studios' gear, they'd never be able to make another Steel Samurai show again. And where would that leave you and all the other fans, huh? That's not why I stopped you, but it's also a good point. Okay, time to talk to Tabby. Wait, this is the site bus. They use it for moving the cast and crew around during shooting. A bus, huh? Then we need to know where it's going and how much the tickets cost. It's Global Studios' own private bus, kay. You wouldn't need to buy a ticket. And the destination will change depending on the needs of the crew. So let me get this straight. It's free and it goes anywhere you want it to. I gotta get me one of those. What you want then is not a bus, but a car, kay, just like everyone else. But can't I get a van? It has more like seating room. How about that? A little help from little old me and y'all made a giant leap closer to solving the case. Closer? Sure, if by closer you mean we wound up going after the completely wrong kidnapped victim. She must have barely looked at the photo at all. Oh, really? And here I thought I'd given y'all the tip of the century. My bad. It's not your fault. It's ours for putting our trust in unreliable sources. We'll just have to learn not to do that again. Hey, that ain't nice. I don't give y'all no tips at all, you know, and I won't. Not if you're gonna be like that. Alright, fine, maybe just this one. But only cause I got a real scoop for y'all this time. Real scoop, this should be good. Fine, I'm not expecting much, but you got my attention. What is this scoop of yours? Proof, that's what. Proof that Torosaurus really is real. Alright, okay, we're leaving. Wait. I ain't lying, I swear. Sure, it's hard to believe, but it's true. We don't have time for this, but we also don't have much else to go on, I suppose. Proof? What kind of proof? Did you capture something on your tape recorder, perhaps? Oh, you're good, Ruffles. Sharper than a gosh dang tack. I captured the sound of that big old beastie breathing fire is what I captured. I was hoping for something a little better than that. Hey, don't make that face, dang it. I ain't lying. Listen for yourself and tell me it ain't true. Alright, ready? It's fire breathing time, dag nabbit. There, well... kinda hard to tell over the shouting, but... it could have been something breathing fire, maybe. And tell me, Miss Lloyd, did you see this fire breathing something with your own eyes? Well, not exactly with my eyes as such. Being as how I wasn't precisely close by when it happened, ahem. Surely the real Torosaurus would be pretty hard to miss no matter how far away you were standing. Well, see, I was far away, but also recording via what you might call non-standard means. Would you mind explaining what you mean by that? Yeah, I really dug myself a hole here, huh? See, I coulda rigged me up a little wireless intercept and... I coulda rigged me up a little wireless intercept hoping to do a little scoop detecting. Wait, that's so sad. Poor insect. Not an insect, Kay, an intercept. She was listening out for radio signals. It would have allowed her to listen in on any nearby transmissions. Me and the chief down here at the big building sniffing around these last couple of days. Looking into Miss Hart's tip about the underground auction, I assume. Which would mean that you've been listening in on all the radio signals in the area too. Sure have, which is how I wound up hearing the most thunderous ear-splitting noise you ever did hear. The pound in the feet, the electricity in the air. This was it. Torosaurus, at least. You made up everything except the roaring sound, didn't you? The long and short of it is that you didn't actually see anything, correct? Hey, I don't need to see things. I'm a writer, yeah? You hear? Anyhow, I kept listening till down the line comes. Your pals, their voice hollering fit to beat the band. The band. Eavesdropping coward, why don't you come out and show yourself? Wait, is the bug actually from Tabby? Our apologies for that. I'm sure Kay didn't mean to bowl you over with her little outburst. I assume it was shocking as it was because you didn't hear it directly. It came through your headphones while you were listening to the signal from the bug, didn't it? Oh, so she intercepted the bug. What? Are you saying she planted it? Hey, come on now. I ain't into no bug and just a little light-hearted intercepting us all. Would you mind if we borrowed the tape of what you recorded, Miss Lloyd? Gah, do what you dang well, please. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, what is Regina and Simeon doing here? Mr. Saint, Miss Berry. How's the search going? Did you find him? Not yet. Poor Sean. Sean? Oh, nothing. Just a slip of the tongue. I guess they still don't know about the kidnapping. We did manage to find Eustace, yes. You did? That's great. Thanks so much. Now maybe they won't arrest me again. Okay, do we have to talk to them now? Come on. And it still hasn't been, and time still hasn't passed by. It's still 1:40. You're amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. How did you find Prosecutor Winner? With some serious investigative magic, that's how. It was pure luck actually, but never mind. You didn't even need our help, huh? That's not true. Thanks so much for joining in the search. Where did you look, by the way? Oh, this place a little way away called Sunshine Coliseum. Do you know it? Sunshine Coliseum. That's over by the harbor. There were a whole bunch of people there for a big event. We thought it might be worth a look. You mean like a festival? Ooh, that sounds like fun. I wish I could have gone and checked it out. Oh yeah, it was super fun. There were food stands and fireworks. Simeon didn't like the crowds much, but... Hey, you don't have to tell them that. Alright, it's decided. When this case is finally over, we're all going to the festival together. There was a festival with food stands and fireworks at Sunshine Coliseum. It's kind of lucky you found Prosecutor Winner so quickly. Lucky? In what way? We have to go practice soon for the show. We wouldn't have been able to help for much longer anyway. I see. I'm sorry to have kept you from your duties at the circus. Oh no, it's nothing to worry about really. We're glad to help. I'll do anything if it helps make sure they don't arrest me again. You really helped me out by finding him. I'm so relieved. Of course, just because they found him, that doesn't mean they'll find Warden Lagarde guilty. What? You mean they just might still throw me back in jail? No. I can't go back. I can't. Come on, Kay. Do you really have to torment the poor boy? Oh, I can only talk to... No, wait. I can talk to Regina. Okay. Ooh, me and all my friends went out looking. Huh? But you beat us to it. No fair. Her friends? I guess she means the animals. Today's the first public performance of your new show, correct? Yep, it sure is. We've practiced so hard for this one. We? So Mr. Saint will be performing too? Of course. He practiced harder than anybody, even if he did spend the whole time saying no. He even went up in the balloon to spread the word from the sky. So you have to come and see him perform, okay? It'll mean so much to him. Of course, assuming we can solve this case before then. Sorry about that. Oh my god, what's happening to me? Did you say that you enlisted the help of your animals in your search? Yep, and if it had been Azea and Regent, we might have found something. But Simeon, the big scaredy cat, was all no, and put a stop to that. So boring. If it weren't for Mr. Saint, the whole town would be probably in a uproar right now. Aw, come on, Simeon. Why would you do that? Setting the whole circus loose on the city would have been super fun. I'm sorry. To you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. Why are you apologizing to me? I'm the one person who didn't say anything. So Sean walked off in this direction, huh? Would seem so, yes. Perhaps we'll find some clues out here as to his current whereabouts. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. We have milk. This milk carton. That's the same brand Sean drinks. Something happened to him here. I'm almost certain of it. Why isn't the milk carton added to evidence? The trash is collected at 11 a.m. I guess that's why the enclosure is empty. There was a ton of stuff here earlier, big stuff too. Okay. Today must be the day they take the big stuff away. Yeah, sure look that way. I'll bet the big squisher machine squished it all up good anyhow. They don't do that with the larger items, they just take them away as they are. They do, huh? How do you even know that, sir? Wait, Mr. Fender's pretty keen for you to join him, right? I'll bet he sent you some kind of pamphlet on how to throw your stuff away for when you move office. You're spookily insightful sometimes, Kay, but only sometimes. Based on what we've seen and what Detective Gumshoe told us, I think there's a strong possibility that Sean was abducted from the garbage disposal area. Yeah, it's kind of out of the way of prying eyes, huh? But why would Sean even come here in the first place? Imagine he must have something to dispose of. But the truck's already come and gone. Guess we'll never know what that something was now. So they keep that lock uptight, huh? I guess they don't want non-residents disposing of their trash here. It's totally empty. Yes, because the garbage was just collected. You think? Or did somebody steal it all? I smell a crime here, Mr. Edgeworth. I certainly smell something as well, but is it really the scent of a crime? It's spilled milk. Is there anything else that I can investigate? No, everything's okay, I guess. I don't believe there's any more to be found here. Alright. I talk to everybody. Oh my god, stop! I've talked to you, I've talked to you. I can't investigate anything else, so I think we need to deduce. Can't I go back to the center area? Alright. Wait, is the blue truck still there? The blue truck is no longer here. Okay, so... I think this is a connection. Yes. Only two vehicles came through here this morning, the taxi and the blue truck. And Eustace was taken away in the taxi. Right. Well, it seems that Sean was likely abducted from the garbage disposal area. And if the garbage was collected at 11 a.m. Oh, I get it. Now we know what kind of truck it was. Indeed, it must have been the garbage truck. But the police officer who told us about it didn't describe it as such. He only mentioned the fact that it was blue. Some cop he was. How did he not even notice it was one of those cool trash squishing machines? Because it wasn't. Today isn't a regular garbage day, it's the day they collect larger items. For which they wouldn't use a specialized garbage truck, just a regular truck like any other. But it was a garbage truck nonetheless. And where do garbage trucks go? To the dump, to the dump, to the dump, dump, dump. To the dump, right? Wait a second. So you're saying the kidnapper disguised themselves as a trash collector? But then the truck would have probably have been fake too, right? So maybe it didn't go to the dump. No, I'm reasonably sure the garbage truck was real. Yeah? How did you figure that? Another look at the garbage disposal area should tell us. What tells us that the garbage truck must have been real? It's the sign.
Take that!
No, damn it. It's empty.
Take that!
Wait! Oh my god! It should have been...
Take that!
Okay, it... Could it be the milk carton?
Take that!
No, wait! It's not the freaking milk carton!
Take that!
Oh my god. It's just the lock. The garbage disposal area is kept locked. Oh yeah, so only a real garbage collector in a real garbage truck could have opened it. Precisely. The garbage truck can't have been a fake. Perhaps whoever abducted Sean put him in a large cardboard box that they'd prepared for the job. Now, mix that in amongst all the other oversized items, and the garbage collector would have taken it away, no questions asked. Exactly, allowing the kidnapper to await the truck's arrival at the garbage processing facility. They could then claim to have thrown the box away by mistake and collected without incident. Alright, so where do they take the garbage after it leaves here? Let's see. Looks like we have two possibilities. But which of the garbage processing facilities was Sean taken to? Have we found anything that might serve a clue? Damn it! That doesn't add up. Ah, fuck. Sorry. Okay, I'm thinking Sunshine because of the fireworks and the bang. Yep, okay, good. Mr. Saint, you mentioned fireworks before. Huh? Fireworks? Yes, at the event at the Coliseum. Were they setting them off even during daylight hours? Oh yeah, a bunch went off while we were there. What are you thinking, Mr. Edgeworth? The loud bang we heard. What if that was a firework? Huh? Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I am counting on you at least trying to track me down. That will be half the fun. Heh. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly high. Bang! For the bang to be clearly audible over the telephone, it must have been pretty loud. Which means fireworks, which means the Coliseum, so the kidnapper was near there, right? Okay, so now I think it's that plus the garbage dump thing. Yes, the area we'd need to search would be too broad to even consider doing it ourselves. But if the police were to lend a hand... So, based on the loud bang we heard on the phone call, we know that the kidnapper was somewhere in the vicinity of Sunshine Coliseum. And one of the garbage facilities is right by there too. Daybreak Dump. I think it's likely that's where Sean was taken. Which means the kidnapper must be holding him somewhere near there. Detective Gumption. Yes, sir. Could I ask you and your men to search the area around the garbage facility? It's not like you ask, sir. Feels a little flat if I'm being totally honest. Why don't you give me a good old-fashioned order, huh? Like you used to. You don't mind, even though I'm not the prosecutor anymore? I told you already. A detective investigates for himself, not just for prosecutors. Thank you. Investigation complete. Oh, thank you. Mr. Edgeworth, we're almost out of time. Okay, that was a quick 16 minutes. You're right, we need to hurry. I doubt Judge Cavell and the others can hold out much longer. I'm counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. I won't let you down, sir. It won't be an official search, but I'll put my best guys on it. You can count on that. I'm coming too, Gummy. I promised I'd snatch Sean from the jaws of danger, and that's just what I'm going to do. I'll head back to the courthouse. Who knows, I may be able to drag proceedings out just a little longer. Alright, with me everybody. Even in the depths of night... God, it's already striking too. There isn't a moment to lose. Yes, sir. But I didn't finish when no other bird takes the flight. Alright, April 6th, 2:16 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Okay, wait, he has his hair again. I thought like it burned during his breakdown. Well, if it isn't our old friend ex-prosecutor Edgeworth. Hello, dear boy. Okay, wait, I haven't investigated his gloves yet. Oh, you can't, like, investigate it. Okay. Excelsius winner. The accused will turn and face the prosecution. I'm not done with you yet. I already told you, Francisca. It doesn't make sense. Why would I help her? I feel for her, of course. A woman in her prime sent to prison. It's enough to make a grown man cry. But to suppress evidence in order to keep her out of a jail cell? No, that's preposterous.
Objection!
But we have a statement from your own son. He says he entrusted the evidence to your care. I'm afraid I don't know what he's talking about. Or why he'd say such a thing. I don't know what's gotten into him lately.
Objection!
You're back at the prosecutor's bench. What if I could prove that you and Warden Lagarde are much more closely associated than you claim? I'm sorry, proof? I think we've been over this, dear boy. You're an ex-prosecutor, remember? Are you even allowed in this part of the courtroom anymore? Miles Edgeworth, I'm the one prosecuting this case. What are you thinking, barging in like this? I'm sorry, Francisca, but this is important. May I speak on behalf of the prosecution just briefly? What are you doing? Judge Cavell, I come before the court with important new evidence. I ask you that you allow me to present it. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Have you lost your mind, dear boy? There's no way this can be allowed.
Objection!
Well, the defense hopes you'll let him, she just saying. What's the thinking over on the prosecution side there, Fandango? Fine. The prosecution has no objections.
Objection!
Your objections are neither here nor there. This isn't a democracy. It's a courtroom. And this is flagrant contempt. Isn't that right, Verity? No. As long as Sean's still missing, she'll feel she has no choice but to go along with whatever winner wants. If only there was some way of telling her he might be found at any moment. Judge Cavell, I would ask only this, that you trust in me and in my assistant, just this once. Speaking of which, where is Kay Faraday? She's currently searching for the most important piece of evidence of all.
Objection!
Nonsense, there's no more evidence to be found. You're just stalling for time.
Objection!
Objection! Hey, the most important piece of evidence of all, eh? Hey G. I don't know what this evidence is, but maybe we should trust in Miles' little pal. What do you say? I say little pal, but she's way more than that. She's the one and only great Tifia Tagarasu. It seems Fender has sensed what I'm getting at least. Judge Cavell, the evidence I'm talking about, we're almost certain we know where it is. Kay is only moments away from snatching it from the jaws of danger. Very well. This is highly irregular, but I will allow it. You have my thanks. Have you all gone completely mad? You said you had important new evidence. Evidence of what exactly? Just what I said, that Warden Lagarde and Chairman Winner are far better acquainted than he claims. Allow me to present it to you. Okay, are we presenting something? I don't know what it is. We need to save Scum. Jesus Christ, this is still the beginning. This is gonna be a long-ass case. Okay, what? How are they connected? Oh, it's the case. It's the report. What proves the link between Excelsius Winner and Fifi Lagarde? It's the report.
Take that!
This document is a report regarding the interrogation of a certain someone. Oh yeah? And who might that be? The late Mr. Bronco Knight. And the interrogation was to be carried out by none other than Warden Lagarde. Wait, is that the interrogation where... Yes, where Knight was killed. This document shows Warden Lagarde planning the interrogation in which Mr. Knight was murdered. This is indeed important evidence. Miles Edgeworth, you refer to the document in question as a report. Would you care to elaborate? To whom was this report addressed? A very good question, Miss Von Karma. And the answer is the most important new revelation of all. We recovered this document from a safe in the storeroom on the 51st floor of the big building. That's the storeroom where the lots for the underground auction were kept. It is. An auction, if you recall, that was presided over by one Excelsius Winner. And that is to whom the report in question was addressed. Do you still mean to insist that you and Warden Lagarde barely knew one another? I'll refrain from commenting on that matter for the moment if you don't mind. What? I don't believe it's conclusively proven that I was the auctioneer yet, has it? Have you forgotten the events of this morning already? I think I proved that fact more than adequately. I'll admit defeat in that particular arena, yes, but that was not the courtroom. Can you prove the same thing here, my boy? That I was the ringleader, did you call it? If you can't, then, well, you certainly can't prove that the report was addressed to me. You won't wriggle your way out of this one. So unfair. Tell him Verity, please. I'm not being slippery at all. I'm being entirely reasonable, wouldn't you say? Unlike you when you permitted Mr. Edgeworth this bizarre interlude. That was most unlikely of you. It's saddening, truly it is, to see you failing in your sacred duty to the law. Almost saddening enough to make me want to take drastic measures. Are you gonna set the courtroom on fire? You're right, of course. Until a fact has been adequately proven in the courtroom, it cannot truly be considered a fact. I'm afraid I have no choice but to ask that Mr. Edgeworth's theory be struck from the record. It's no good. She has to know for certain that Sean is safe. I'm sorry, my boy, but what counts as truth out in the field and in the courtroom are two different things. And you're more than willing to bend the truth in the courtroom, is that what you're saying? Ooh, you're a scurrilous soul. I'll do no such thing. I'll simply accept the court's verdict as the truth, should it choose to acquit me. As should you. If we can't find that missing evidence, we're in trouble here. Well, Verity, I think we've heard about all we need to, don't you? There's no way that evidence is turning up. Ever. A quick not guilty and we can all go home.
Objection!
Who said that? Oh, it's Pompous Brat. Dad? Eustace? What are you doing here? Mr. Winner, what is the meaning of this? And where have you been? You can't just abandon your duties like that. I'm sorry. You're unfit to be a prosecutor. You're a complete and utter disgrace. Why, Eustace? Why can't you not get it into your head? This is no place for an incompetent fool like you. Dad, I brought some vital evidence. So, can I please, take my place at the prosecutor's bench, pretty please? Well, Eustace. This is certainly a surprise.
Objection!
Oh, Eustace, my boy, what's gotten into you? There's something different about you. What's going on? Dad, Come on, my boy, spit it out. What is it? Do you want Daddy to play catch with you? That's it, isn't it? Alright, why don't you run along home and I'll be with you soon. Get back on the stand right now. What's gotten into you, child? You're shaking like a leaf.
Objection!
Judge Gavel, the prosecutor in charge has arrived along with important new evidence. This trial is far from over. Surely you can't call an end to proceedings just yet. No objections from Team Defense. Only wish we could have our original team captain say that herself, though. The prosecution has no objections either. You think this farce is going to continue? There's no chance of that. None at all. Isn't that right, Verity? He still thinks he was successful in his bid to kidnap Sean, but we know different. Sadly, as long as the boy remains missing, nothing changes. Judge Gavel's hands are still tied. That sound. That's her cell phone. Huh? Mine is also ringing. Whoa, I'm getting a call too. Everyone's getting calls. Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Fender. We found Sean. Yes! We found Sean. Detective, you did it. The most important piece of evidence of all, huh? That's some stellar work, your great thiefness. Haha, thanks. We just thought you should know right away. See you all soon. Judge Gavel, it's for you. Hello? Yes? Yes, I understand. I'm so glad you're safe. Be sure to thank everybody properly. You'll do that for me, won't you? Alright, be careful. I'll see you back at home. The proceedings will continue. I feel a certain freedom returning to my hammer arm. No, how? Is this some idiotic joke? It is no such thing. The witness will return to the stand, and Mr. Winner will step up to the prosecutor's bench. Yes, ma'am. Eustace Winner. Yeah? I leave matters into your hands. Huh? Facing down your own father, this won't be easy. I'll be looking on with interest. Don't disappoint me. Bye, Franny. Is this the last Franny appearance for this game? No. Very well. Is the prosecution ready to proceed? Mr. Winner, you mentioned some evidence that you wish to present to the court. Yeah, so, the knife and the chisel. Whoa, you tracked down the missing murder majigs? Well, Mr. Winner, did you? About that, No, I couldn't find them. I searched everywhere, but I was too late. Too late? How so? I remembered something. I saw Dad in the garage this morning. He was carrying something wrapped in newspaper. Where are you going, Dad? Oh, Eustace, I was just on my way to throw out some trash. And then I heard this tinkling sound. Tinkling, huh? Let me guess. The bell from Mr. Canis's chisel. You mean to tell the court that you believe that the witness disposed of the evidence? I tried my best, but I was too late. I'm sorry. You said you looked everywhere. Everywhere where? Literally everywhere. I even went to the dump. Wow, okay, wow. I got down on my hands and knees and dug through the garbage. I figured that stuff had to be in there somewhere. Wait, that's... Hey, what are you doing here? Wow. Rude, he totally ignored me. So that's what he was doing. And he even went so far as to search the dump. But all I found was this. And this is a little pungent for one thing. Yeah, and you're a little on the ripe side yourself, kiddo. I can smell you from here. What do you expect? And the knife? It's probably somewhere in among all that trash. But there was too much to go through on my own. Very well, the court will accept the item you have presented into evidence. Oh, you have really outdone yourself, Eustace. Wait, is the rock really an evidence? It's not an evidence. You never fail to disappoint, dear boy. You dug through rotten garbage with your bare hands, and that's all you have to show for it. You drive me into tears. Really, you do.
Objection!
Might be a little soon to turn on the waterworks just yet. Dad, let's take a closer look first. If you wish to waste your time, be my guest. Hey, Eustace, Miles, do this devastatingly handsome old defense attorney a favor, will ya? Hit this guy in full force with the truth. It seems Fender's on board. Good. Then let's see if we can't find an opening. Mr. Winner, could you show me the piece of evidence you found? Sure. Let's open it up, shall we? We can only hope there's something of value inside. It's the evidence! Could this be the bell that was on Mr. Canis's chisel? Perhaps there's some trace evidence that can prove that one way or another. It's no good, look at it. It's spotless. Well, Mr. Winner, do tell, was there anything interesting inside your little scrap of paper? Of course there wasn't. Why would there be? Why was it even accepted into evidence? It's literally a piece of trash. Sorry, gentlemen, but the truth hurts. Were Eustace's efforts for nothing? Wait, is that in evidence now? It's not. Alright. It's true the bell may not be of much use to us as evidence. Nonetheless... Come on, Edgeworth, we can't give up yet. As calm and collected as ever, I see, Miles. Unlike my poor idiots in there. Are we to assume that the prosecution has nothing more to say on the matter? Very well.
Objection!
Not so fast, Gavel. We're not done yet. There's one thing we still haven't looked at properly. Really, my boy? You want us to believe there's more? Desperation is never a good look, you know? It seems Eustace isn't quite ready to give up just yet. And for once, I think we're both thinking the same thing. Namely, that we might not necessarily be dealing with a useless piece of trash. We can't know for sure without looking more closely, but... If I'm right, we're talking about... the newspaper. Save scum. I'm talking about the piece of newspaper the bell was wrapped in. Seems we really were thinking the same thing. It's beautiful, really it is. Tear-jerkingly so. Some might call it heroic optimism, some might call it clutching at straws. But whatever one calls it, to put all one's faith in a worthless piece of garbage, that takes belief. Let's take a closer look and see if it's as worthless as you say, shall we? Eustace, if you would be so kind. It's the like reverse markings of the gloves. Are these finger marks? And look, it's covered in some sort of oil. Judge Gavel, I'd like to have this examined for fingerprints. Could I request that you call in somebody from forensics? Very well. Summon a technician right away. I have the results, Your Honor. It's been confirmed that these are finger marks. Unfortunately, it looks like they were made by somebody wearing gloves. No. Oh dear. Well, that doesn't give you very much in the way of evidence, does it? But I suppose it makes sense if you think about it. After all, this was important evidence. And what kind of idiot would handle something like that without gloves on? Oh, that's right. The kind that would flail about desperately like you, my boy. Wow, way to talk to your kid, Super Dad. I'm really calling a spade, or in this case, an idiot. Real winners know how to keep their emotions out of things. And take no pity on the weak and the foolish, including their own ineffective offsprings. Dad, You spent the last who knows how long proclaiming yourself to be a prize-winning prosecutor. But thanks to my little pep talk this morning, you finally know exactly how those prizes were won. It was all thanks to me. Thanks to the power I wield. You never stood on your own 2 feet. You've always been coddled. First by me, then by Verity. Dad! Oh, dry your garbage-smelling tears. Garbage-smelling? Not that it's a stench that doesn't suit you. Even if it does make me turn up my nose in disgust.
Objection!
No, you're wrong. I am, my boy. What's wrong about what? I'm not the one that smells. You are. What did you say? Yeah, you smell. And you don't even realize it. You couldn't hide it even if you wanted to. Edgeworth, take a sniff right there where the finger marks are. You want me to smell it? Is that oil? Yup, and I know where it came from. Wait, I know it from somewhere too. It smells of engine oil in here. That odor tells us something important. It tells us exactly who threw this piece of evidence away. But I guess my dad's right. I guess I'll never be a real winner. I'll never be able to keep my emotions out of things. And I'll never be able to stand up to him no matter what he's done. Eustace. Be strong, Eustace. Remember what you told me. You said you were going to be different from your father. A different kind of prosecutor. And you are a prosecutor. We both are. That's why we're standing here in this courtroom. A prosecutor's highest responsibility is to the truth. To see that it comes to light no matter what. We expose crimes and we see that their perpetrators are punished, no matter who they may be. So if you truly mean to continue on as a prosecutor, you know what you have to do. I made you a promise. I said that if you could summon the courage to find your feet again, I'd help you. This isn't something you should have to do alone. I'm here. I'm right beside you. Thanks, Edgeworth. You're right. Those finger marks tie my dad to this crime. We just need to show everybody how. Alright, it's this. Yeah, because...
Take that!
The smell you pointed out to me, Eustace. It's the smell of engine oil, isn't it? Motorcycle oil, even. Yup, and we've both smelled it before in the same place. Yes, in Sherman Winner's garage. What's more, these finger marks feature some distinctive patterns, don't they? The outlines of the letters D, A, T, and H. The same letters that appear in the fingers of these gloves.
Objection!
Oh, gloves that can be bought in any store. How does that prove anything, dear boy?
Objection!
How indeed? That's not the only thing that connects your gloves to the piece of newspaper we found. Let's look again at the scrap of paper that the bell was wrapped in. And compare it to the gloves we found in Chairman Winner's garage. There's a feature that undeniably connects the two. It's the oil.
Take that!
What? Oh wait, this is the half A. Okay, it's the half A.
Take that!
Look at the letter A on the finger. Half of it is missing, exactly as it is in the print on the newspaper. What? I would also like to draw the court's attention to the dirt the gloves were covered in. I think it might be worth having its composition compared to that of the dirt on the newspaper. A match would make for even stronger evidence that the print was made by Chairman Winner's gloves. Officer, have the dirt on these two pieces of evidence compared right away. Curse you, Edgeworth, and you useless. Who do you think you are? You're nothing but mere prosecutors. Sorry, Dad. I think it's time you admitted defeat. You suppressed vital evidence, and we just proved that in the court of law. And you did it to try and protect the defendant. What? Do you think you're going to be able to make that stick? You think they'll send me to prison? Me? You think you'll be the one to finally take me down? You're a fool, child. A fool.
Objection!
Just give it up, Dad. Admit what you did.
Objection!
You think you'll stand a chance without me around? You won't last 5 minutes. You know what? I think I might be okay. All I ever wanted to become a prosecutor, to make you proud. But after your men kidnapped me, and I was lying there in dark all on my own, I got to thinking. Thinking how powerless I was in all of this because of you. I almost gave up. I almost lost sight of the truth. But then... Edgeworth appeared out of nowhere and showed me a way forward. I don't need your approval anymore, and I don't need you. After all, I found that evidence on my own, didn't I? My men kidnapped you? What are you talking
Objection!
about? I guess the courtroom is as good a place as any to tell you the truth, Dad. Be careful what you say to me, boy. You may live to regret it. You're a fool, Eustace, and you always will be. I know you've hated me for as long as I can remember, but I want you to know that despite it all, I've always looked up to you as my dad. Thanks for everything, Excelsius. And goodbye. You. When did you? You need me, dang it. You can't possibly survive without me. Eustace. Did he burn his hair again? The court hereby accepts that vital evidence in this case was suppressed by Chairman Winner. That crime will be tried and an appropriate punishment decided at a future date. But for now, we must turn to the matter of the knife and the chisel, which still have not been found. Up yours, old man. However, I believe a full search of the garbage facility may well remedy that. What? You're going to dig through all that trash for the knife, darling. But then... Don't worry, Warden Lagarde. I'm sure your punishment won't be too unpleasant. Ooh, you devil punished? Moi? Impossible. Excelsius, you blithering buffoon. What did you do? What did you do? All you swaggering bluster about how they'd never declare me guilty, and now this? You were the one I went to after they arrested me because you made me believe I could trust you. And not only did you kidnap a child to try and help me, it didn't even work, idiot. You feckless, useless idiot of a man. An unsightly outburst to say it the least. But an informative one too, wouldn't you agree, Eustace? Yeah, she really let some juicy info slip there, right? She did, right? Yes, she did. We really need to work on your confidence. Very well, then it seems we may be able to bring these proceedings to an end at last.
Not so fast!
Not so fast. What? Huh? Who's that? Oh wait, it's Shilong Lang, what the hell? Sorry, Judge Cavell, your happy ending will have to wait. Langsi says, the end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter. Who are you? Just a lonely lone wolf investigator by the name of Shilong Lang. And you have some sort of objection to these proceedings, I take it. Ha, not really. Your suspect over there is guilty for sure. Guiltier than you know. Lang. Like the Lang from 12 years ago? Yep. Good to see that you're finally about to pay for your crimes. Even if it did take a while for you to get what was coming to you. Agent Lang, explain yourself. Are you familiar with the SS5 incident? I certainly am. It happened 12 years back. Wait, 12 years? That's all 12 years ago or more. My father and the president being friends, or family being the ones who kept him safe. He just changed one day. It was like he became a different person. Now he doesn't trust the police one bit. Wonder what happened 12 years ago. Okay, so SS5 was the thing between the president and Shilong Lang's father. Could this all be connected to Ancient Lang's father and his relationship with the president somehow? Fifi Lagarde, an Excelsius winner. In the flesh. I've waited a long time for this day. After all, you're the ones who threw my family name into the dirt. Eek! I need to assume that you have some personal connection to the incident in question. I do, but I'm not here to talk about the past. Not yet, anyhow. Right now, I'm here for you, Gavel. Me? You and one other person. Sean! You're both under arrest. On suspicion of having conspired to murder Di Junwang, president of Zeng.
Objection!
Where's your evidence, Agent
Not so
Lang?
fast!
All in good time, Mr. Prosecutor. We haven't even started our investigation yet. I want my suspects on the scene with me while I look everything over again. What have you uncovered, Agent Lang? I need to know. If you got a problem, you're more than welcome to tag along. Oh, believe me, I will. The end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter. We certainly haven't come anywhere close to solving the mystery of the president's murder, or uncovering the truth behind these so-called monster sightings. Plus this mystery person. Or figuring out who that was on the phone. Yes, I'd say the matter is far from over yet. Oh, to be continued. Fudge. It's still beginning. Oh my god, how long is this case? I would have thought that would be middle already. Alright, April 6, 2:52 p.m. Big building, empty lot. Could you maybe calm down a little? Calm down? No way, Jose. Not until y'all come clean. It's for your own good, dang it. Our intrepid reporters refuse to give up, even in the face of repeated stonewalling from the crew. Look, you ladies need to stop harassing these people or I'll have to ask you to... You cops sure got a lot of nerve. Y'all are the ones who let Taurosaurus run wild. Hoping to hide the fact that they'd bred this menace themselves, the staff cling desperately to their story. Look, we're really not breeding anything. This is a movie set. Says the gal who told me she done seen Gertie with her own danged eyes. I saw something, but that doesn't mean we're keeping monsters here. Alright, bring it up. Okay, everybody's in there. Wow. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. And Sean. Y'all are on the trail of this there monster infestation too, huh? No, we're on the trail of a criminal. Langzy says. The darkness of a criminal's heart can sometimes be compared to a monster. That is to say, a killer is no different from a monster, really. Agent Lang, this is highly irregular, sir. We can't allow members of the public onto the crime scene. These people are important witnesses. I need them to be here. Well, Agent Lang, here we are. Where do you intend to begin? Let's start by summing up the facts. President Wang's body was discovered here this morning. He hadn't been seen since the night before last. Yes, he slipped off without his bodyguards noticing, if I remember correctly. So he was missing for over a day. And the last person to see him alive was you, Judge Cavell, on the roof of the big building. Why did the two of you arrange to meet? I'm sorry, but Sorry, I can't say. Not even to defend yourself from an accusation of murder? Why? Why can't you just tell us? Please, Judge Cavell, we're trying to help you. Ha! She can't say because she'll only incriminate herself more. I know you had something to do with the president's murder, and I'm going to prove it.
Objection!
You said yourself that the body was only found this morning. How do you explain the time that passed between Judge Cavell's meeting with the president and then?
Knuckle back!
That's exactly what I'm hoping we're about to find out. I'm particularly interested in what happened last night. So why don't you tell us exactly how it all went down? Sean Fenn? Me? We know you were here on the set last night. You were, Sean? We have testimony from the woman over there and forensic evidence from the footprints that proves it. You came back to run your lines, right? What? You were spying on me? I'm sorry, I was just making sure you were okay. It was late. I was worried about you. How many times do I have to tell you? I don't need you to worry about me. Sean, that's no way to talk to an adult. She was trying to look out for you. Apologize this instant. Sorry. I've told you before, I won't have you speaking to people that way. Wow, this is whole new Judge Cavell. It seems she's just as strict with her son as she is with those who break the law. Are you listening to me? If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You must. Yes, mommy. And I want you to remember that, alright? Can we get on with the investigation now? Oh, of course. Forgive me. I don't think I've ever seen her so passionate about anything. I guess Judge Cavell the mother will take a little getting used to. Oh. Judge Mommy indeed. Are we to understand that you're accusing Sean of being involved somehow, Agent Lang? I just want the truth. I need to know why the president was killed. And by who. And I don't care what it takes, I'm going to find out. I guess it makes sense for him to be so determined. The president was practically family to him. Alright, Sean, perhaps you could tell us what happened last night. Fine by me. I got nothing to hide. Oh. Testimony. I had a bad day yesterday, messed up a couple of takes. We were scheduled to shoot the same scene again today. So I thought I'd put in some extra practice, and that's what I did. It's that simple. It's not like I haven't done it before. It was fine. Nothing happened. We've been rehearsing late at night again. But when I called you yesterday evening, Sean, you said you were at the hotel. You called him? Around what time? Must have been 11 p.m. or thereabouts. It's one of our rules. When Sean stays away from home, we have to speak every night. Yeah, well, I wasn't at the hotel. I was here on set. So you lied to me. Sorry. Ooh, now she's mad. I think it's kind of amazing how hard he wants to work on his acting though. Nonetheless, a parent can't help but worry. Her child alone late at night, anything could happen to him. And indeed, it did. He got himself entangled in this case. But he said nothing happened, right? He did, although I can't help but wonder if he was telling the truth.
Hold it!
Alright. A bad day? Could you elaborate a little? What? I have to spell it out for you. It was just bad, okay? Huh? What do you think? Did he drink too much milk, maybe? How did you... I mean, no, nothing like that. You're probably lactose intolerant and you're drinking milk. So might it be more accurate to say that his stomach had a bad day? I thought milk was supposed to be good for your digestion. Shut up. We're done talking about that. The point is, I messed up those steaks.
Hold it!
So you wanted to rehearse your lines in preparation for the reshoots. Yeah, I caused even enough trouble for everybody messing things up the first time. I wasn't about to do that again. I'm a pro. One can only admire his dedication and his sense of responsibility to his co-workers. Sean takes his work so seriously. He's a real inspiration to everybody. Even the takes he said he'd mess up, it wasn't like there was actually a problem. He just wanted to make them as good as they could be. He always says that even a tiny bit better is... Shut up, shut up! Why do you always have to say stuff people don't need to hear? Oh, sorry, Sean. He could maybe work on his people skills a little more. Anyway, as I was saying... So I thought I'd put in some extra practice and that's what I did. It's that
Hold it!
Sean, about what you just said. How many times have I made you promise? If you're going to rehearse on your own, you have to tell me. I know. Well, that little outburst rather stole my thunder. Let me ask again, about what you just said. I think it's pretty cool though, Sean. It's all the hours of practice that make you the best you can be, little by little by little. I'm the same. I went from small-time thief to average thief, and before I knew it, greatness beckoned. But now that I finally made it, I'm not about to stop. I'm doing my best, and neither should you. Ahem, may I continue? Now, Sean, do you often rehearse alone? Finally, I got my question out without being interrupted. It's not like I haven't done it before, it was fine.
Hold it!
Alright, I think this is a statement and we present the photo. Are you sure about that? What do you mean? Of course I'm sure. It was just a regular evening, nothing out of the ordinary. How can you say that? Somebody was... Okay, he's just a child. You mustn't be too hard on him. Nothing happened, really. We have some evidence related to what happened last night. Let's use what we have. Excuse me. Alright, I think it's statement 4. And we present... the rehearsal tape.
Objection!
Okay, yes. Nothing happened? I'm sorry, but you're lying. This proves it beyond a doubt. Wait, that's... how did you... That's right, your rehearsal tape. What? You have video footage from last night? We do, and if you watch it, you'll see that it was no ordinary evening. There's a footprint there already. There is, and I'm not sure that's an everyday sight even on a film set. Sean, why would you keep this from me? No reason. Liar, that stuff might work on your mommy, kid, but it's not gonna work on me. Why did you hide the tape? Sean, you have to tell us. You? Look, I just didn't want anybody to see me rehearsing, okay? I don't like it. Dot. So you were embarrassed, is that it? Yeah, what's so weird about that? That's why you didn't hand over the vital evidence? Sean, how could you? Yeah. Oh, give me a break. You know about it now, don't you? Sure, the footprint was there, but I just ran my lines and went home. That was it. But that's evidence, like, we know that the footprint was done on that night. What? And nothing about giant monster footprint struck you as weird? It's giant monster footprint. On the set of a giant monster movie. It's not like there isn't all kinds of other weird stuff around here. I don't buy it for a second, Chief. There's something hinky about this kid, sure as I'm standing right here. Thanks, Skip, there is. He's hand and scoop under them there three horns. Under them there horns, or my name ain't Lotta Heart. Aw, shut up, both of you. I'm done talking. No, you're not. What? The footprint isn't the only strange thing about last night. What other unusual occurrence happened yesterday evening? Oh yeah, this fell.
Take that!
The model of the Taurosaurus's head fell from the roof on that trailer last night. Did you expect us to believe that you knew nothing about that? I don't know what you're talking about. Is that so? I told you, I ran my lines, I went home. That is it. What do I know about some stupid falling head? Or are you saying you can't prove I know something? Sadly not. It's entirely possible that the head fell after Sean left. No proof, huh? Then this conversation is over. Something tells me he doesn't want to talk about last night any more than is absolutely necessary. What is he hiding? Hold it right there. What is it, Ancient Lang? So it's just a safe thought. Thanks, Mr. Prosecutor. This footage of yours backs up my theory nicely. What? There was something else in that tape? Yep, look closely. See the costume up in the top left? Oh yeah, the Taurosaurus suit. Something's different. Do you see it? I'm not sure. He's just kinda hanging out and looking a little saggy. Oh, and the zipper on his back is done up tight. The zipper? Oh, that's... Yeah, I guess you all see it now, right? On the tape, the zipper is wide open. Why? Because somebody's inside the suit, that's why. What? Mr. Powers, that zipper, what can you tell us about it? Oh, well, we always close it up tight when the suit isn't in use. That's right, Mr. Prosecutor. And do you remember something else I said not so long ago? Let me refresh your memory. And then came down here to the movie set and hit the body somewhere. You're saying the body could have been hidden in Taurosaurus' suit? That's exactly what I'm saying. Isn't that right, Capel? You pushed the president off the roof like I just said. Then you hid his body inside that costume. I most certainly didn't know. Protest all you like, I'm not going to believe you. You're the only person who could have done it. I thought we already proved that would have been impossible. The movie set was locked all the time. There was no way Judge Cavell would have been able to get in. What if she had an accomplice? What? I've got a little theory for you. I think you're going to like it. Oh no. Mother and child murderers, wow. What if Sean was waiting down here when Gavel pushed the president off the roof? If the two of them were working together, the problem of the lock goes away. They then work to hide the body together too, by dragging it over to the Taurosaurus suit and stuffing it inside. You think the murderer was really that carefully planned? Sorry, oh my gosh, I'm so sleepy now. It was the assassination of a world leader. It could only have been carefully planned.
Overruled.
To suggest that Sean could have been involved in this is unthinkable.
Not so fast.
You're my prime suspect. What makes you think I'm going to listen to a word you say? But what about motive? What reason would either of them have to kill President Wang? Who knows, but we'll find out soon enough. She was the last one to meet with him, and she won't tell us why. Pretty darn suspicious, even if you have to argue with that. Judge Gavel, I don't suppose I can convince you to share any more details. My apologies, but that's the one thing I cannot do. However, rest assured, should that ever change, you will be the first to know. So please, you have to believe me. Yeah, murderers have a habit of saying that. What about you, kid? Any weak excuses to offer? If so, now's the time to get them off your chest. Ha, got nothing to say to you. I'm innocent. Both as tight-lipped as each other, huh? But let me guess, you're still going to try and stick up for them? It's true, Judge Gavel's actions clearly make her seem suspicious. But nothing she has told us amounts to a motive for murder or even the suggestion of one. No, and like I said, I'm leaving motive aside for now. For the moment, I'm focusing on means and opportunity. And for my money, these two had to be working together for their little plot to succeed. Okay, let's save here. Sean was waiting down here when Gavel pushed the president.
Hold it!
Alright. You're seriously suggesting that the child could have been an accomplice in this murder? Look at him. He's still in elementary school. There's no way a kid that young would be involved in something like this. I think I mentioned that he's in junior high, right?
Not so fast.
Langsy says... Pity no wolf, be he cub or grizzled elder. It doesn't matter how young he is. If he's guilty, he's guilty. And he'll be treated as such. Wow, wolf cubs have it hard, huh? I'm surprised at you, Mr. Prosecutor. You're saying he deserves mercy just because of his age? Of course not. I'm saying that there's no way he did this. And I'm going to prove it to you. I'll look forward to it, but be warned. I'm only just getting warmed up. If them were working together, the problem of the lock goes away. Goes away? How exactly? I thought you might try this, but you and I both know exactly how. Let me make it nice and simple for you. First, she pushes the president off the floor. Pushes. Okay. Then the kid opens the combination lock because he knows the code. Yep, kid opens code, knows lock, gotcha. Okay, the other way around. And that's it. It's that simple. No more lock to worry about. And no more objections about her not being able to get in because she didn't know the code. That would explain the problem of the lock, it's true. Thank you for your clear and incisive explanation, Agent Lang. Please continue. I will, and hopefully this next part will shut you up for good. Then they work to hide the body together. Alright. But if the two of them were working together, why would they even need to hide the body for a full day? Well, look at the situation right in front of you. Thanks to that little ruse, we're still puzzling over what they were up to even now. But if you'll let me speak, I can clear up this whole mess once and for all. Ready? Good. So like I was saying, they worked together to hide the body by dragging it over to the Taurosaurus suit and sticking it inside. Alright. The video footage doesn't show the inside of the suit. You can't say for certain that there was a body in there at that time, can you? Maybe not, but we can take a look right now. Let's open it up and see what's inside. I'd put money on us finding proof that it was in there. Do you mind if I examine the suit, Mr. Powers? Oh, not at all. Might be a little ripe though. Gets pretty sweaty in there. Huh? It's filthy. Yeah, that's weird. I always clean it out pretty good. If you don't mind, if you don't, it can get kind of
Knuckle
moldy.
back.
In other words, what we're looking for is proof that somebody other than you used the costume. That dirt in there must have come from the body. I guess the president was lying right in the middle of that footprint. He probably would have gotten pretty dirty. Exactly. Well, everybody happy?
Hold it.
If the dirt is from where the body was hidden inside the suit, we're assuming that it came directly from the body, correct? Ha! What are you even talking about? Of course we are. Where else would it have come from? It really is pretty filthy in there, huh? The dirt got everywhere. Especially around the part where the chest would have been. Oh, okay. So I think we now compare the chest to this one. Okay, yep, it's this one.
Objection.
Nice. So our assumption is that the inside of the suit is dirty because the dirt came from the body. Would it be safe to say that that's the case? Why? Is there a problem? The part of the suit directly in front of the opening is particularly dirty. Yeah, it really is. But look at the victim. The area of his body that would have been in contact with that part of the suit isn't dirty at all. If the victim had been crammed in there as you suggest, his chest would surely be covered in dirt. And there's the yellow thing on his stomach. Fine, so what's your explanation? How did all that dirt get inside there? Based on the videotape, there may well have been somebody in the suit at that time. Who was it if it wasn't the president? Come on, Kay, think. Where was it? Is something the matter, Kay? I've seen dirt like that from somewhere else, I'm sure of it. I just can't think where. Dirt with weird little gray bits in it. Gray bits. She's right, there is something mixed in there. It was stuck to something else we looked at. Lots of it. Oh my god, what was this? Stuck to something we'd looked at and an item of evidence maybe. It's probably worth checking. Could it be oil? Yeah, it's the oil.
Take that.
As Kay pointed out, the dirt in the suit contains small flecks of something gray. And we discovered similar flecks stuck to an item belonging to somebody we recently had dealings with. The item in question being these gloves. You're right, the dirt does look similar. But so what? What are you saying this stuff is? What exactly are these gray flecks of yours? I believe the gray flecks are... Surely they're flecks of concrete. Oh, like all the little broken up bits around the footprints, you mean? Exactly. And who did the gloves on which we found similar dirt and gray flecks belong to? Chairman Winner. We found him inside his garage. That's right. Oh, and there's a cement bag there as well. And if I recall correctly, a sledgehammer and a shovel too. Why would a pair of mechanics gloves be covered in dirt? I'll tell you why. Because somebody wore them while they used that hammer and shovel. They smashed through the concrete to the dirt below, staining the gloves with both substances. Wait, so you're saying... Yes, that we finally know what these footprints really are. It seems highly likely that they were dug by Chairman Winner. What? Highly likely? Ha! If that's so, then tell me this. How the heck did he make them? What purpose could they possibly serve? Why indeed, I imagine that he must have been... I think he must have been digging something up. I imagine events unfolded somewhat like this. There was something on this lot that he needed to unearth. In order to do so, he cut the chain on the side entrance and gained access from there. He then used the sledgehammer and shovel to dig 3 footprints. When he found what he was looking for, he bagged it up and filled in all the holes. Ah, but Sean must have showed up, right? I think he did, yes. Chairman Winner would have had to find a hiding place, and Torosaurus suit provided just that. We got all that from a pair of 30 gloves. It's good, but it's all just speculation. We don't have any proof that he was inside that suit. He could have dug those holes and gotten out of here before the kid even showed up.
Objection!
But he didn't, and there's proof of that right there in the footage. It shows that Chairman Winner was still present when this recording was made. What? It's a shame that Agent Lang didn't notice it himself. But if we compare the situation as we see it now to the situation as it appears on Sean's rehearsal tape, and compare that in turn to what we saw in Chairman Winner's garage, it soon becomes clear that the chairman was present. What part of this image shows that the Chairman Winner was still here?
Take that!
The bag. Look at the bag next to the Torosaurus suit. We saw the same bag in Chairman Winner's garage. The same bag, the dirt on the gloves. That has to indicate a connection, surely. I think that pretty much seals it. It was Excelsius Winner in the suit. And if he was in there, the president's body can't have been. Yeah! Good, it seems I've convinced Agent Lang of the flaws in his theory. Somebody get the Chairman Winner's house right away. We need to know what's in that bag. Yes, sir. Hold it. Y'all done lost your minds? I can't believe what I'm hearing here. What is this Hogswell? This is all we need. Them right there, Torosaurus footprints, dang it. Ain't no holes dug up by no old guy. I think I've demonstrated more than adequately that's exactly what they are. What mattered to me, not what you just done did. I don't believe it, and that's that. I done told y'all I seen that big bad bull with my own 2 eyes. The giant eye peering in at the window, I thought we'd gotten past that nonsense. Oh no, that's Edgeworth, sorry. We ain't about to let that go. What kind of journalists would we be if we did, huh? Responsible ones, but I guess that's the whole problem. Wait, ain't like it was just about the footprints, no how? You were seen fraternizing with one of them, their monster, saying that correct, young man. By the young lady over there, if I'm not very much mistaken. We were never gonna get anywhere with these 2 around. Maybe if I could prove to them that wasn't a monster either, they might finally drop it. What do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Any bright ideas? Prove that it wasn't a monster? Fine, I suppose there's much else for it. Let's see what we can do. Oh, I think it was the camera crane with tarp. What are you two whispering about? Y'all are hiding something, ain't ya? Admit it. Quick Tabby, roll
Hold
tape.
it!
Could I politely ask that you both calm down? The monster the boy was seen talking to, we know what it was right now. That's right, Sean's rehearsal tape finally cleared up that particular mystery. It did? The point at which Miss Nichols thought she saw Sean with Gordy. That would have been right when he was making his rehearsal tape. I think she mistook a certain object for the legendary creature of the lake. Your so-called monster is right here in this picture. Okay, it's the crane.
Take that!
That's right, it was a camera crane. That is what Miss Nichols saw, not Gertie. What? Sean's rehearsal tape was shot from a noticeably elevated viewpoint. A viewpoint that would only have been possible if the camera in question was attached to a crane. Bull, how the heck would she make a mistake like that, huh? How indeed, Miss Nichols. Yes? You told us that you think you might need new glasses, didn't you? Yeah, my eyesight got way worse all of a sudden. Wow. And I imagine that when you thought you saw Gordy, he was quite heavily shrouded in darkness. That's right, I only really saw a silhouette. But you done told us, skin like an enormous worm, you said. You all about to try and tell us your precious crane up and bruised skin somehow? Ain't even no flesh in them, they are metal bones, let alone skin. The starp. You're entirely correct, of course, about the cream, as it was in this particular picture anyway. But it did have a skin of a sort last night. I knew you were a scoop hater, but this is plumb crazy. You want Tabby and me to starve, is that it? That wasn't my intent at all. But I do think it's time I finally put them both out of their misery. Gertie's skin is right here in front of us. It wasn't skilled at all, it was this. It was the tarp.
Take that!
Miss Nichols told us that it seemed likely to rain last night. That never happened in the end. But I think Sean may have covered the crane with rainproof sheeting nonetheless. And that, my intrepid young reporters, is what Miss Nichols mistook for Gertie's skin. What? Aw, heck. Well, Sean, am I mistaken? You see everything, don't you? Gotta say, you're pretty amazing. I'm sorry, Miss Hart, but Miss Nichols' monster was no such thing. It was simply a trick of the light. Huh, and just like that, the dream dies again. Chief. I think that may have finally shut them up. I thought the kid was holding out on us, but it seems I could have maybe been a little wrong, maybe. Alright, we know what the so-called monster was now. Everybody happy? Everybody except these two. Agent Lang. The President's autopsy report is out, sir. It is? Let me see it. Death was due to full body contusions and bone breakages caused by extreme pressure from above. So we have our cause of death. He was crushed. Just as we thought. Cause of death crushing. Time of death approximately April 5th, approximately 11 PM. Okay. Test results still haven't come back from the yellow substance found in his chest. But they did find gunshot residue on his right hand. Gumshot residue? Guess he was a kid at heart, huh? Gunshot residue, Kay. It's a substance left behind when a firearm is discharged. Its presence indicates that the President may have used the gun. Really? But we didn't find the gun anywhere, did we? Indeed not, which makes the residue something of a riddle. We'll need to read that report carefully. Well, Agent Lang, that clears one thing up at least. The President didn't die from a fall, which means he wasn't pushed from the roof of the big building. He was crushed by the falling Torosaurus head, just as we said he was. Guess I have to accept that now. Fine, you were right. Amazing, so does that mean Judge Cavell isn't a suspect anymore either? Surely it must. Both the cause and time of death ruled her out. She met with the President the night before last, but the autopsy report puts the time of death at around 11 PM last night. And we know that the Torosaurus head fell around then too. The facts all line up perfectly. Phew, what a relief. Not too fast. Sorry, it might be a little too soon to celebrate. Sure, I think we can accept that. The falling head must have been what killed the President. But that begs the question of what could have caused it to fall. Or who. We know it happened late last night, so we have to think about who was here at that time. What are you getting at exactly? You can't mean... I'm afraid I do. You did it, didn't you? Sean? The kid's hiding something. He was right here last night, right where the body was found. He saw the footprints. And yet he wants us to believe he knows nothing about what happened. That's a big ask, surely.
Objection!
We haven't yet established if the footprints had anything to do with the murder. So even if he did see them, that doesn't mean he was involved. Maybe not, but his face tells me different. As does the fact that he's shaking like a leaf. It does seem like Agent Lang might be onto something, but I don't think Sean's going to talk. Fine, keep your mouth shut, kid. I have a better idea. Why don't we let your tape do the talking? What exactly are you planning, Agent Lang? The police have some pretty sophisticated image analysis tools these days. You would go to such extreme lengths to see my son convicted? Not ideal, but if the boy won't talk, we don't have any other way of getting to the truth. Detective Gumshoe, you have access to exactly such a device, do you not? Sure do, Lil V. Good, then that should make this nice and quick. Mr. Edgeworth, might I request that it be you who carries out the analysis in question? Why me? I fear that Agent Lang might be inclined to believe the worst. Image analysis isn't exactly my specialty, but alright. Are there new clues to be discovered where... somewhere in the image data, I wonder. Okay. How do I know if this is playing or not?
Eureka!
What the? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Let me see, let me see. Eek! What is it? What's the matter? Show me. Mr. Edgeworth, the court asks that you share your findings. Zoom in on the top right part of the image and look closely. There's a person there. It's the president? Oh my. What? You're kidding, right? Well, I'd say that's pretty decisive, wouldn't you? This doesn't look good for Sean at all. Wait, this doesn't prove anything. I didn't know he was here. I don't believe you, and the image does in fact prove something very important. That you and the president were here at the scene of the crime together. Admit it, kid. You murdered President Wang. No, that's ridiculous. Why? Why would he? Sean, you didn't. You can't have, can you? What we do, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to push back against footage like that. Surely even you can't deny that this looks pretty bad for the kid, Mr. Prosecutor. He claimed he knew nothing about what happened, but the president is right there with him. Sean, what are you not telling us? We have to know. He's right, Sean. Be honest now. It's the only way. The truth is, it was all my fault. Sean, what did you do? It was my fault that Torosaurus head fell off the trailer. What happened while I was rehearsing? I went up on the roof of the trailer to prep the kit I was using, and it turned on the heater while I was there. Oh shoot, he was the one who caused the fire. I must have left it burning when I came back down to run my lines. Then my mom called and I left the set to go talk to her. When I came back after the call, the Torosaurus head had fallen from the roof and the president was just there lying next to it. Wait, so he was a witness? No. We did find evidence of a fire having broken out up on the roof. It was just a tiny one, so I put it out myself. So we're saying the president died because of Sean? If he did, that would make this whole thing just an accident. What did you do with the head after you found it on the ground? I took it apart, carried the pieces up to the roof, and put it back together again.
Not so fast.
You're saying you put out the fire and moved the head back to where it fell from? In other words, you tried to cover your tracks. You're a real piece of work, kid. It's not like I did any of this on purpose. I really did just forget to turn the heater off. Yes, and when the fire had burned through the legs, the table would have collapsed in the head. Would have fallen down onto the ground below. You're right, the fire caused the head to fall. Indeed, and I also happen to have an idea about how the fire may have started. Those cans of paint thinner by the heater are pretty flammable, not a great place to keep them.
Not so fast.
And you swear it was an accident? Seems a little convenient. What was the president even doing here in the first place? How the heck am I supposed to know? I didn't see anybody, I swear. I still don't believe you. Why would President Wang come to a place like this in the middle of the night? His reasons for coming here are something of a mystery, it's true. We met Judge Gavel up on the roof 2 nights ago. But he was also here in the movie set last night. Did he come to meet Sean? I think we'll need to go over the boy's statement very carefully indeed. There's a rebuttal. Alright, I went up on the roof of the trailer to prep the kit I was using and I turned on the heater while I was there. You're a fit and hardy young man, Sean. It's spring now, surely you didn't really need to fire up that stove. He's fit and a hardy young man who needs to look after himself. Really, Your Honor, but if you resort to such measures even during warm weather... Seriously, you two are going to argue over something like that right now? He's right, of course. You've made your point, Sean, but I've told you before to watch how you talk to people. I think he was criticizing you as much as he was Your Honor. Yes, Mom. Anyway, where was I?
Hold it.
Left it burning? You didn't think to check before you came back down to the lot. I mean to, but I was thinking about my lines in the scene and everything else. It's not my fault I forgot. Everybody forgets stuff. I sure do. Please, Sean, go on. Anyway... My mom called and I left the set to go talk to her. It was the middle of the night and the set was deserted. Why did you need to leave in order to talk to your mother? I forgot I was supposed to talk to her. I got confused, I guess. Okay, I thought if I didn't leave, she'd find out I was out of the hotel at night on my own. Doesn't make sense. You know that, don't you? Fine, look, the camera was rolling and the mics were all live, okay? I didn't want our conversation in that tape where anybody could hear it. I was embarrassed about being recorded speaking on the phone to his mother. So I ditched the rehearsal and ran off set as quick as I could. I came back after the call.
Hold it.
You pretended to your mother that you were back at the hotel during the call, correct? How come you couldn't tell her you were coming back to the set to practice your lines? Because she'd had phoned the hotel and asked them to send a car to get me or something. Of course I would have. A child your age shouldn't be out on his own late at night. Anything could happen to you. Children can't really seem to see things from their parents' perspective, can't they? It's true the other way around too, you know, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Sean, can you tell us what happened next? The Torosaurus head had fallen from the
Hold
roof.
it.
Were there any signs that it was about to fall before you left? I don't remember. I was concentrating on my lines. But a fire had broken out on the roof because of the heater you forgot to turn off. Did you really hear nothing the entire time? No, I had my headphones on. Why? I was playing the soundtrack to the movie to help me concentrate, and I was playing it loud. So yeah, I definitely didn't hear anything. Except for the sound of your phone ringing when Judge Gavel called you. You know that cell phones vibrate these days, right? Anyway. The president was just there lying next to it.
Hold it.
Did you notice anything unusual about the body? I don't know. It was dark. He suddenly seems even more reticent than usual. I don't think he wants to go back over that memory any more than he has to, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sure he doesn't, but is that really all it is? Can I push him a little more on this? It was dark, but you knew it was a body nonetheless. He's hiding something. I better find out what. Most people would cry out for help if they saw somebody lying on the ground. And yet you didn't. Yeah, because what was the point? He was dead. So he said, okay, how did he know he was dead? What I'm interested in is how you were able to be so sure. Why were you certain that he was dead, see? He was lying on the ground and that huge head was right next to him. Didn't take much to figure out what must have happened. You couldn't have guessed that the impact would have killed him. How did you really know? I'll tell you how, because you checked. Fine, I checked, okay? I was scared, but yeah, I went up to the body and looked and he wasn't breathing. That's right. But why try to hide that fact? There must be a reason. Could you tell me how the body looked at that point? I couldn't tell if he was dead at first. There was no blood or anything, so it was hard to be sure. Nothing on his clothes either. He was completely clean. But yeah, he wasn't breathing. So that's how I knew he was dead. Thank you. I'd like you to add that statement to your testimony if you don't mind. I didn't know he was... Okay, I think we now present this to... Yeah, there was yellow stuff on his clothes. Nothing on his clothes? Nothing at all? Yeah, nothing. Why? Is there a problem with that? There's something you're clearly hoping that we've forgotten. What are you talking about? There isn't. That's not true. Unluckily for you, we remember it rather well. I'm talking, of course, about the yellow speckles on the president's chest. You've studiously avoided mentioning them throughout your testimony. An absence I find suspicious, to say the least. I hope for your sake that you have a satisfactory explanation. Judge Gavel? Allow me to explain. But... The yellow residue on the president's chest, I imagine it was from a bouquet of flowers. Lion lilies, to be precise. Lion lilies? 2 nights ago, when I met the president on the roof of the building, I presented him with a bouquet. They're a type of lily with large yellow petals. I imagine that the substance on President Wang's chest was pollen from those flowers. Huh? Okay, how would that have stayed for 2 days? They're not there in the printout from the security camera. Only because the president is in the way. But why give him flowers? That is not something I am at liberty to divulge. My god, there's more to this. What? More secrets? Are you serious? First you wouldn't tell us why you met with him, and now you can't even tell us about the flowers? My sincerest apologies, but all I can tell you is that I gave him the bouquet.
Objection!
A bouquet that was nowhere near the body when it was discovered. How do you explain that? I cannot. Ha! Seriously, Your Honor. So some things you won't explain, the rest you can. Come on, you've got to give us something here. You wouldn't let this fly in the courtroom. What makes you think we'll accept it? Hey, you leave her alone. Sean. I threw the flowers away, okay? You did? So they were there when you first found the body? Yeah, they were right there on his chest. And they were squashed completely flat. Oh, I guess that makes sense, right? They would have gotten crushed along with the president. And the pollen would have been smeared across his jacket front. That does explain things neatly. But why remove the bouquet and dispose of it? No reason. He's almost as evasive as his mother. More secrets, they're quite a pair. There's no secret. I know exactly why Sean disposed of the bouquet. Huh? You saw me leave the house with it, didn't you? Oh, I get it. When you saw the flowers on the president's body, you remembered seeing your mom with them. and felt the need to prevent her from coming under suspicion. No, you've got it all wrong. That's his least convincing lie yet. Oh. Okay. I often decorate our home with lion lilies. I imagine that's why he remembered. So the flowers his mother was carrying showed up on the president's body. Because of that, he got rid of the bouquet and kept quiet about having discovered the corpse. Well, that ties everything up nicely, doesn't it? A little too nicely for my tastes. Why? What's wrong with nice? I guess you forgot, huh? The kid also told us that he was responsible for the head falling in the first place. Yeah, he did, but... So he's still our only suspect. The finger of suspicion still seems to be pointing firmly in Sean's direction. However, wait. I can think of a far more likely culprit than the boy. What? Who? The person who was holding Sean captive until only a short while ago. That's right, we had to rescue him from a warehouse refrigeration unit down by the harbor. A refrigeration unit in a depot? Yeah. Luckily, it wasn't switched on. Poor kid might have frozen into popsicle otherwise. He was doing his best to call out for help, which is how we found him. The sedatives had worn off by then, so he was wide awake and plenty loud. Sedatives? Isn't that what you were given to? Yep, we found the bottle on the floor of the unit. It was even the same brand. 3 Z's. 3 Z's. Apparently, it's super strong. Well, Agent Lang, surely that suggests that Sean is a victim, not the suspect. Somebody else was responsible, and I think they've been behind all of this. Oh yeah? And this secret mastermind of yours was here last night too? That I can't yet say. Ha! It's not like you to be so vague, Mr. Prosecutor. Sadly, we just don't have anything to tie our mysterious kidnapper to the murder of the president. So is there anybody else? Somebody other than Sean who could have committed the murder? Could it be Excelsius? Of course. So I was right. The kid is still our only suspect. Not quite. Somebody who we just recently proved was right here on the movie set last night. Chairman Winner. You think he killed President Wang? Why not? We've proven that he was present. And if he was here, he's a viable suspect as anybody else, wouldn't you say? Winner. Could he really have? It's certainly another possibility to consider. 12 years ago, he was... that number again. Hmm, 12 years ago. Lang, like the Lang from 12 years ago. Oh, ho ho ho. Agent Lang, what happened 12 years ago? It's nothing to do with you. I think it has everything to do with me. It's clearly connected to this case. Heh. And you can prove that, can you? Go ahead, show me some proof that what happened 12 years ago has anything to do with this. Proof? Okay. Alright, it's the... Is any of the evidence we've collected show a link between recent events and those of 12 years ago? Yeah, it's this thing. Okay. Do your bit, retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago. I'm sure it's still right in front of the planter where we left it.
Take that!
This is a report about Bronco Knight. It was sent to Chairman Winner by Warden Lagarde. This last part in particular should be of interest to you. Retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago in front of the planter. And that's not all. Take a look at this. This letter was sent to Rosie Ringer, the victim of a murder that happened the night before. We don't know who sent it, but it does say this. Good luck getting your revenge for what happened 12 years ago. What? But... Something strange is going on, Agent Lang. Miss Ringer was murdered the night before last, and President Wang went not long afterward. There's a connection between the two murders. There has to be. And I believe we can trace that connection to events 12 years in the past. Am I wrong? These are old wounds you're opening here. Insults to my family name. Please, Ancient Lang, we need to know. Hold it. Huh? What on earth was that? Shifu? Huh? What are you all doing here? We came to find you, sir. We heard you were looking into the incident from 12 years ago. Idiots! I'm not your boss anymore. Get back to your duties right now. We can't do that, sir. What? You're disobeying a direct order? Please, sir. I'm begging you. We all are. You have to reopen the investigation into the SS5 incident. We know you can't let it go until you figure out what happened, and we can't either. Well, Ancient Lang, it seems your former underlings want the events of the past explained too. You think it's that easy, that you can solve the case just like that? I think we can. Together. Friendship. Ha! Well, alright then. Offer accepted. Shifu, Shifu, Shifu. Nice. Then I guess it's my turn to step up. I'm sorry, Kay. You're looking into a case from the past, right? I just happen to have something that will help with that. Ah, you mean Mr. Thief? Sure do. If you can give me the details of the incident, I can rustle up a little simulation for you. Sadly, we don't have the files relating to the case. Okay, I'll snooze that. Hopefully we can get the stop. Access to those files is restricted. They're top secret. Really? Why? Beats me. Somebody must have something to hide. Even I've never seen them. Everything I know, I read in newspaper articles from the time. That's fine. Just tell us what you can. Alright. Okay, this is a big reminiscent story. The SS5 incident happened on Winter's Day 12 years ago. February 10th to be precise. Your police retrieved a call directly from the kidnapper. I've got the president of Zengfa. So he was kidnapped? Yeah, SS5 is the official designation of the president's kidnapping case. The kidnapper wanted $100 million. 100 million? How much money even is that? More than you can imagine, it seems. The last person to see the president that night was my father. They were together at the embassy of Zengfa until midnight on the 10th. And nobody knows what happened with the president after that until he was kidnapped. Our government did everything they could to scrape together the money. They were desperate to save him. And in the end, they succeeded. The money was handed over and the president came home safely. So President Wang was head honcho even back then? Wow, go Mr. President. Huh. The length of time he stayed in power isn't even close to the most impressive thing about him. Agent Lang was very fond of President Wang. I assume the kidnapping was thoroughly investigated. It was, but the investigation was top secret, as was the trial. The trial? So a suspect was arrested? Yeah, none other than our friend Fifi Lagarde. What? Is that why you visited the prison? It is. I was put on what you might call extended leave from Interpol. So I thought I'd use the time to look into what happened 12 years back. Okay. And I wanted to see who I was dealing with. She was found not guilty then, wasn't she? Yeah. My father was in charge of the president's security at the time. But they held him responsible for the kidnapping and stripped him of his duties as presidential bodyguard. He stayed on the force though, and he worked the case alone until eventually he found the suspect, Lagarde. And if he thought she did it, there was no way she was innocent. But they declared her not guilty and the case went cold. My father couldn't take it. He was broken mentally and physically. Finally, he quit the force altogether. So he had solid grounds to suspect Warden Lagarde. He must have had evidence. He wouldn't have charged her otherwise. But I've never been able to see the materials from the case. I'm sorry, but that's all I know. What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? This is useful information, but I don't think it's enough for Little Thief to recreate the scene. Is there really nothing we can do? Hold it. You look like you could use a hand. Who's this now? Freddy! Oh yes! Franziska. And Mr. Fender. We finally wrapped things up over at the courthouse, so we thought we'd see what you kids were up to. Here. What's this? It says SS5 Incident Investigation Report. When Fifi Lagarde mentioned an incident from 12 years ago earlier, I couldn't help but wonder. So I decided to look into it, and this was what Interpol provided. Nice work, Franziska. Don't get the wrong idea, Miles Edgeworth. You're no longer a prosecutor. I didn't do this for you. I did it so that a colleague could solve his father's final case. I owe you, sis. But everything related to the SS5 incident was supposed to be top secret. Yes, but that classification was applied by the prosecutor in charge of the case, Excelsius Winner. He was the prosecutor in charge? Him again. Don't worry. Langnose Franny? They worked in Interpol. Right? And didn't you like... I know you were also watching Dash's playthrough of 1, right? So there might be a... They know... There was a connection. Due to the outcome of this morning's case, he's been stripped of his authority. An outcome that was in no small part thanks to the efforts of his own son, Eustace. So in defeating his father, he made the old case file available to us. It sounds like we owe him. Can't remember. Prosecutor Eustace Winner is busy wrapping things up after the conclusion of the Lagarde trial. But he asked me to give you a message. Leave Dad and Lagarde to me. You focus on your case over there. He's even starting to sound like a prosecutor. Indeed he is. Alright. Now that we have the case file, I can recreate the scene no problem. Excellent. Let's get started. Huh? According to the file, the incident occurred exactly where the plaza is now. Then what are we waiting for? With me, everybody. Okay, I have to stop. I'm really tired. Oh, we're in middle already. Okay, thank you. Thank Christ. Alright. Okay, that would be it for tonight. I am so tired. That was a long ass beginning. Thankfully, we're in the middle now, so I don't know how long this will be, but yeah. Alright. Everyone, that would be it for tonight. Thank you very much for joining in. Alright, I don't think I'll be raiding out, so yep. Yeah, if anyone's still here, please don't forget to check out the socials. Yeah, YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Discord. So yeah, please do check them out. Alright, that would be it for tonight. Everyone, thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day, rest of your night, and I will see you all next time. Bye.